Hey everybody, welcome to the show. My name is Bernard Chang, um, professional comic book artist slash designer. And here on my stream, we sketch, or I sketch, we chit chat, talk comics, talk art, or whatever topics are on our head, such as infrared saunas, fantasy football, and who knows what. But anyways, welcome to the stream. I know Jerry is not going to be joining us tonight. Jerry is still wiped out from the stream on Tuesday, plus his work. He was a real trooper. I don't know about Sean. Maybe. Moneybags. Chen. So tonight might be a solo stream. Unless somebody else wants to jump on. In the form of Yojimbo, if he's... Oh. Audio is out of sync. Should I restart the stream? Should I restart the stream, or is everything okay now? I turned down the gains. I noticed the last stream my voice was very loud. It's because I've changed the covering for the mic now. Before I had the mask. Now it's just a piece of cloth. So I wonder what this is here. Oh. Okay, audio is fine on Matthew Crossart's end. Okay, well. Anyways, I thought today, I thought last stream was pretty cool. We had a fun time. Before I forget, we need to assign a get back coach. Probably just for what we call a retro get back coach. A time travel get back coach. Make sure we don't delve too deep into stuff that's too old. Text JIM CHEUNG. Okay, let me text JIM CHEUNG. Let me see if he wants to jump on. I've also reached out to another couple of the artists. We're waiting to coordinate the right time. Maybe we can also do a cross dual stream with some other guys that are already on Twitch. Where is Jim's? Here we go. Okay, streaming. All right. Jim is like the Jim Cheung's like the X Factor. You never know if he's going to show up or not, right? Sean and I were talking about this Tuesday after stream, and it's like Jim's like, you never know. Maybe I shouldn't text him. If he shows up, he shows up. If he doesn't, it's like he doesn't. If he does, it's like a huge surprise for everybody. Anyways, let me do a quick roll call before it gets too deep. B-Dub 209, good to see you. Wildstorm SCCG has declared. Wildstorm has declared. Jim says he's still watching the last stream. Wildstorm's declared tonight Deathblow night. Wow, that's a big deal. Matthew Crossart, good to see you. Long Wu, good to see you. Long was here. Long was here. That's his real name, but well, his real name is Long something else. I don't know if he wants me to expose his real name, but I just say Long Wu because of the coronavirus. I can only read a few letters in. Afterwards, forget it. So it's now, instead of Long Was, it's really Long Wu. Racer GRX 3, good to see you. You have a GRX, I'm assuming. or you want a GRX, thank you for the #1 AP poll. Yojimbo, good to see you. J13 Kim, hi, how you doing? J13 Kim, actually, I want to try to make a second attempt at mailing stuff today. However, I got to the post office at 4, and they closed today at 3:45, unbeknownst to me. It was a apparently a lot of people didn't know. There were a lot of people outside the post office angry that they closed early. Some lady that was there said that on Monday they closed at 4:30. Usually they're supposed to close at 5:30. So I guess when the sign said due to the coronavirus, they're closing early. Okay. I'm just going to have to go again tomorrow, maybe. Maybe Saturday. But Saturday, a lot fewer offices are open. So, at least not within walking distance. I would have to drive or ride my bike. Jay Dang, good to see you. Your mic is still packed up somewhere. Okay, all right. Well, next time, Yojimbo. Matthew Crossart. Beef Skellington. Okay, Beef Skellington. Do you want to be the get back coach again today? I mean, it's just probably going to be me. So I will try to use my own whatever that's inside there to mitigate the age references. Wildstorm says, whenever I get back, I can only think of the Beatles, so I'm definitely not the right guy for a coach. Yes, Wildstorm. Wildstorm, you can be the Wildstorm get back coach. If we talk too much Wildstorm, you got to tell us to get back. Does that make any sense? I don't know. Roy Batty, good to see you. Pandemos, hey, how you doing, Pandemos? Pandemos, your drawing is packed up, ready to go. DYI Pickle, good to see you. El Cabong, early. El Cabong, good to see you, El Cabong. I just noticed you have an underscore after El Cabong. Did you have another screen name that didn't have the underscore after El Cabong, after the G? GRS, where you wish. It's just a mishmash of Speed Racer references. B-dub. What a time to close at 3:45. Right, I mean, like, it's just a random time, 3:45. You know, like, the post office is supposed to close at 5:30. How did they come to, like, 4:30 was the time on Monday. Some, you know, again, a lady outside complained. So I can understand, oh, let's close an hour early. But then now from 4:30 to 3:45, let's close 45 minutes earlier than that. Okay. All right. I actually even took my birdies with me in the bubble backpack. It's been a pain getting the birds inside the bubble backpack. They're still not used to it. I actually have to either grab them with a towel. I usually go in the cage with a towel and grab one, put him in, grab the other, put him in. Today I did another thing where I have this old travel cage, a smaller travel cage. I put that next to the door, open the cage, kind of scared them to go in, and then from that travel cage, put it next to the opening of the backpack, tried to scare them with something on the other side, and then they went inside the backpack. Not the best. I still have to teach them how to get in. Crispy Papa, greetings from Melbourne. Va-air, bonjour, bonjour. Parlez-vous français? Je m'appelle Bernard. Un grand billet, s'il vous plaît. JIM CHEUNG Art. There you go. Hey, JIM CHEUNG. Look at that. Jay Dang, good to see you. C Jing, good to see you, C Jing. El Cabong. I think I'm caught up. Look at this. El Cabong wouldn't let me do it without the second underscore. Apparently there is another El Cabong. There's another Cabong. Maybe I have to track him and institute Highlander rules, yes. Highlander rules is what you gotta chop off his head, and then you become the only remaining Kabong. Like, I was looking for your name and address. Can you actually, El Kabong, do me a favor? Can you DM me again on Instagram? Because I'm looking through my Instagram DMs for your real name again, because I went to the post office today and it was just like buried somewhere. I couldn't find it. So if you can just DM me again, just your name, because I got the address. It's on the other envelope. Yeah, no co-host tonight, just a solo stream. Well, maybe Sean, who knows. Maybe Aurora, who knows. Do they seem to enjoy it once they're in the backpack? The birds seem to enjoy it, although I think they might be getting a little motion sickness, but I'm not sure. Because I noticed, like, I have a little ladder in the background, and I noticed one of them will be holding onto the ladder with the beak, and then, oh, I think I hear somebody.
Where's my coin?
Oh,
where's my coin? I need a quarter.
We only run with tokens here, Jim.
Oh, tokens. Oh.
Tokens.
Where's that,
you got a shilling?
Token machine. I gotta get that.
Oh.
Where's that token machine?
Shit. Welcome.
Some change. Hang on a second.
Incomparable. Let's see. Where's the select Jim?
Where is the select screen?
There we go. Beep 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 beep. All right, we're joined by none other than Jim Cheung tonight. Who needs Sean Chen or Jerry Ma when you have Jim Cheung? Jim, you want to take over? I'm going to go back to work.
No.
I still gotta work on your avatar. So far behind.
That's fine. I don't need to see.
No, because I want to make you. I want to make you say dirty stuff.
I'm sure you do.
You know.
I'm sure you do.
I'm gonna make that handsome face. Look at this. Select Jim. Make that. I'm gonna use this face right here. Ding. Look at that. I'm gonna make you say. What would you like to say? What's your favorite phrase? If there is a catchphrase, like "Hey yo," or.
Right. Hey yo.
I actually walked by your place today. I was gonna yell at you, but then I was carrying all this packaging, and I was like, all right, well, let me just get to the post office first.
I was there this morning.
Oh yeah, they're closing. They closed today at 3:45. I couldn't believe they closed so early.
Yeah, it's a lack of personnel, they're saying.
Oh, okay. So maybe somebody got sick.
I don't know. I thought they just as easily just hired more people. You know, it's a pretty busy post office.
It is, because I think that's like the only one downtown, like in this area, and this is a major residential area now, right? I mean,
the only other one is by Little Tokyo, right? It's like over a mile away.
There's one in Little Tokyo. There's one down by me off Washington.
Oh, okay.
It's a standalone place, just past the Toyota, just past the Mercedes-Benz dealership.
Sure.
There's a CHP, California Highway Patrol station there also. If I go there, I have to ride my bike. But I had too much stuff today, so I just walked it. Lurky Lurker, good to meet you. Yo, Jimbo, do you think we can play Among Us, or can we play, what's that, Jack something? Jackbox? Jackfruit? Have you ever played any of these?
Game you've heard of?
These are some games that people played online. Jackfruit or Jackbox, whatever. Jack in the Box. I think I played that. I was going to text you, Jimbo. I think I played that on Michael's stream a while ago. Is Michael still streaming right now? I'm not trying to. Oh, yeah, he is. Shit. I'm trying not to move my head too much because I'm wearing this green screen on my neck. It's not really working. I gotta get a better scarf or something.
it looks good.
So, because it's at least covering up more of the neck. But you can see the clip. It's like clipped it together.
Are you wearing a red shirt?
I'm wearing like a red sleeve.
Oh, okay.
On my forearm and elbow. Because my forearm and elbow is kind of sore today. So.
What have you been doing? That's your right hand.
I'm ambidextrous, Jim.
Oh, okay.
But when I draw with my right. Yes. James.
Switch it up every now and then.
Oh yeah? Yeah, what? I mean, of course, you know. Do you ever do the stranger thing where you sit on your hand and it goes numb?
No, I've not heard of that one before.
Stranger mode. I'm sure Steve, he's not here. That's why he's not here. Steve is on stranger mode right now. Roy Batty, good to see you. Got some more people back. Original Lod. Original Odd. Original OD. Good to see you. Hey, do you know Bill? That's Bill. Jim?
Bill?
Yeah.
Bill who?
I think Bill. I don't know if Bill wants his last name. He's does the convention circuit. Our collector.
Okay.
Whiskey connoisseur, fellow whiskey connoisseur. Way, how you doing? Yeah, I'm gonna have to give you like a sparkle. If I use this cartoon version of you, I'm gonna have to like do something with your eyes and mouth. I think I'd rather use the
photo.
Yeah, the photo. Just who knows? Do you have a favorite? Well, do you have a favorite
video game or something?
Yeah, video game or video game character. That way I can draw the body to be like you know, Dragon's Lair or Galaga.
So it's got to be appropriate, right? Because some of my favorite games were all like kind of, I don't know.
There were XXX games in the arcade in England, in the UK.
No, I was gonna say like Shinobi or something, but the head would be bit, you know, a little too big for the body.
Shinobi.
It's kind of sprites.
What was Shinobi?
But you can go with like Golden Axe or something. I mentioned that last time.
Golden Axe? Okay, let me write this down.
It's like a dwarf or something.
Don't expect that I'm gonna remember any of this stuff.
Sure.
Golden Axe. Let me write this down.
You never played that game?
I have to look at. Let me have to look at the picture. And so we're thinking about playing this game Among Us, because it's like the game right now. Everyone plays Among Us. So we're trying to be. Well, I guess should we be hip? Which should we try to be hip? What do you say? Golden Axe.
You're talking about like a modern game right now, and I'm talking about a game that was like 30 years ago.
Yeah, well, I'm just, you know, who knows? Hey, I mean,
sure.
But the theme of this stream is arcade, so.
Okay. Why not go with the classic?
Yeah, the theme of the arcade is. So I wrote down Golden Axe for Jim. Was there a specific character of Golden Axe?
Yeah, just look up the dwarf.
The dwarf, okay. Oh, I think I might remember. Was it like a D&D game?
No, it's like a scrolling beat 'em up.
Golden Axe arcade? Arcade?
Yeah.
Golden Axe arcade.
Somebody said get back.
Oh, okay, right there.
Al
Yeah.
Capone.
Al Capone's again. No, it's Beef Skeleton's the get back coach tonight. Okay, Al Capone. Well, how
Ghosts and Goblins is a great one.
Ghosts and Goblins. Al Capone, how old are you? How old is Al Capone? See, Beef Skeleton is interested. Beef Skeleton is 15, so, you know, if he's interested in it, then we can continue. But if he's like bored, it's like, ugh. Then we got to get back, right?
We can move on.
He's our gauge. Let me look at these pictures of Golden Axe.
But you know what? There's a lot of retro games that have become very popular now.
Exactly. I mean, arcade, retro. I mean, you know, once people are able to go back out and drink and mingle and party, these arcades are going to be like, they were pretty popular beforehand, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I remember my mom used to drop me off and give me like $2. That'd be 8 plays. That'd last me like a few hours.
Wow.
Well, cause
I usually die pretty quick.
yeah, but like I learned, like I would just play like 1 or 2 games. So I would like try to get really, really good at 1 or 2 games, and then that way, that those quarters will last. Like I just have to, you know, play like 50 cents, and that would be it. And then I try like maybe 1 or 2 other new games, but then I'd spend the bulk of my time playing like Galaga or Sinistar or Star Wars.
Those games.
Yeah. So Jim said the dwarf. All right. You want to be the dwarf. All right. I see there's a girl on here too. You don't want to be the dwarf? You don't want to be the girl? Yeah.
Well, you could.
There's a guy in a blue underwear. There's a girl and then
trunks. Yeah.
I don't even see the dwarf. Oh, I see the dwarf with the green body. Like a green.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. That's weird. Okay. I don't remember this game at all. Maybe it didn't make it over the pond. So, let's see. Matthew Crossart, I have a question for you. Do I have to download Among Us? How does that work? Is there a link? Do I have to pay for it? It's an app. So, Aurora says she would help us, but
Oh, nice. Okay.
I think it's too late for her right now. It's like 11 o'clock. Bill likes Centipede, Aladdin's Castle, X-Men Arcade.
X-Men is a good one, but it's too simple for us, isn't it? I mean, it's...
Well, I'm kind of sticking with Street Fighter. And actually, like, I never liked Street Fighter. I never played Street Fighter that much. I'm just using this because I think it's relatable, right? Eventually, I'm going to change. This body was supposedly, like, Sean's body. But then I just flipped it, and now I'm using it. Because I had a different color. No, maybe I had this color. Sean had a different color. I don't know.
It works.
Yeah. I mean, right now we don't have the budget to change too much. At some point we'll become big time, then we'll like...
Sure.
We still need to get an intern.
I was going to say, we can get the intern to change the colors.
Yeah, right. I mean, get an intern to do all this stuff for us, set it up,
Sure.
you know, pay the intern in college credit.
Or comics. Got
Yeah.
plenty of comics around here.
Comps, yeah, comps.
Yep.
So did you give away a lot of stuff in your move, during your move?
Yeah.
I know you're trying to, you gave like your doorman like those Batman figurines.
Yeah, those action figures, yeah. Some action figure collector set, gave him some graphic novels, a bunch of DVDs, and just stuff that's just, I wasn't touching. So he's kind of helping me out. Maybe I should have just brought him over here and let you give them away on stream.
Yeah, I'm sure some of these people will like some of that stuff. I mean, that's all like collector's item stuff too, right? Because that's all the good shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like those Batman toys. I'm like, oh, they were kind of nice.
Yeah, they were exclusive from San Diego.
Right. I didn't even see the toys. I just saw the box. The box looked nice too. But I'm just trying to get rid of shit myself, so maybe I should have taken it and then give it away on stream. I wasn't thinking that day.
Well, you're giving away some good stuff recently, right? I mean, you're giving away that great Wildstorm watch.
Oh, yeah.
Collector's item.
Yeah. I was actually going to mail it out today, but I had to get an envelope for it. And since the post office was closed, so maybe tomorrow.
What kind of envelope? I've got plenty of envelopes here.
Like a regular envelope. I was repurposing envelopes that I get, but then none of them fit. It was a long box. It was a long white box. And then I wrapped it in bubble wrap, so then that made it even longer.
Well, I've got plenty of boxes and envelopes over here.
Yes.
But recently I've just got myself a postal scale, so I can kind of print out postage at home.
Ooh.
and all I have to do is just go to the post office and drop
Fancy.
it off.
So are you shipping stuff more first class or priority?
I normally aim for priority because I ship out a lot of artwork, so I don't want it damaged.
Right.
So I try to like shorten the delivery time.
Because priority, you get tracking.
Yeah.
It comes with what, $50 insurance, but then you can up it. You can up it to more, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, am I coming in a bit too low?
Oh, you are?
I'll try and speak up.
No. Okay, no, don't speak up here. Let me bump up your Discord audio.
I'll just move my mic closer.
Okay. Like, you sound fine in my ear, but again, who said that you sounded too low?
Lurky Lurker.
Lurky Lurker. Okay. Yeah, because I had to tone it down because when Jerry's on, he's like really loud. So.
Oh. Must have a better mic than me.
No, I think Jerry's just a loud person. I think he's just using the mic off of his iMac. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But then, so I got to remember to turn it back up. Nobody said anything earlier, so I just left it. Lurky Lurker's in Canada, so. And Beef Skeleton's 15, so he's only like in high school, so. Yeah, I think you got to be in college, right? Because high school credit, we can't give high school credit. Plus, like,
no, buddy.
15, he can't even drive yet.
Yeah, he won't be able to get to us, right?
Yeah, unless he's gonna take the bus or something, or the train.
Is he in LA?
I don't know. Beef Skeleton,
Well,
are you in LA?
Well, you can just take an Uber. Everybody can get an Uber now, right?
Are you paying for the Uber?
Well, no, but depends on where he is.
He's in Vegas. He's in Vegas.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely not paying for that Uber.
Yeah, that's an expensive Uber. That's $100 round trip on a plane.
Round trip? Oh, yeah.
$200. Fly him out, put him up for the night. Are you good? Is Beef Skeleton good at cleaning? Like organizing stuff? You got boxes you want moved around? What about moving furniture?
I barely have any furniture, you know that.
Yeah, but you gotta reorganize your new place, right? What about can he be oh well, okay, never mind.
I dread to think where you were going there.
No, I was gonna say like you're trying to sell your place, your other place, right?
Right.
But I don't know if you want to talk about that. So.
Nah, we don't have to, unless somebody's looking to buy.
No,
in which case I'll happily take them around.
So I'm saying like Beef Skeleton can be like the real estate. You can do the showing, right?
All right.
So then you can just keep drawing. So when someone wants to come and look, you say, "Oh, go over there and show them the place. Here are the keys."
Sure.
Right. I mean, that's internship. That's you're learning, and you're learning comic books and real estate. I mean, that's the double whammy right there.
Yeah. If one doesn't work out, you can like fall back on another skill, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
Well, then 2 and 2,
Great.
you know. So.
Yeah, that's priceless.
I mean, real estate's kept me afloat. Wildstorm said he had a 4-player cab version for quite a few years, but as you can imagine, it gets old after a while. Took up a. He had a 4-person what? What is Wildstorm talking about? He had a 4-person X-Men arcade. Oh, like those.
Oh, okay. Oh, fancy.
Nice. Dragon's Crown. I have a Super Checks in my place.
Dragon's Crown?
Yeah, I don't know.
I know Dragon's Lair, but not Dragon's... Oh, actually, I think I do know Dragon's Crown.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get those like mini arcades now. They're like $400.
Right.
Have like a bunch of games in them.
Yeah, they pack.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, I don't have any room. I have a Super Checks. Jim, you played the Super Checks, right? The hockey game.
It's great. Yeah, it's great.
It's a really good game, but you have to play with someone else. And I can't practice on my own because the puck can get stuck in a corner. Then I have to go to the other. I have to walk around to the other side, and so it's like. I tried practicing once, and it was just too frustrating.
See, that's another skill that the intern could get, right? I mean, they could develop their super check skills.
Right, yeah, I mean,
that's, you know.
the intern could help me practice.
Yeah.
You know, so if I hit it into a corner, he'll like tap it back to me, and then I can like work on my trick shots.
Right.
Yeah, so let's get back on this Among Us thing and the jackfruit jackbox. I need an hour of like procrastinating before I can start drawing. That's kind of the sweet spot. If I start drawing before an hour, I run into a whole, because I need to like clear my head. Right.
It's just like when you're waking up, right? You need to have a certain amount of time where you're kind of like groggy, and then you got to have your coffee and start your day properly, right?
Yeah, I need to like subdue all the demons that are in my head, so then I can start drawing.
Demons. Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on upstairs. Almighty Ace. Oh, good to see you, Ace. I was just talking to Ace earlier on the phone. R.N. Ingrid. Good to see you. Carson McKinney is a freshman at SVA, School of Visual Arts. It's a really good school. You just don't have a campus, and you got to wear tank tops when you work. Almighty Ace is moving. You're going to move to LA? That's right. Almighty Ace can be an intern, and he's good for college credit.
Awesome.
Yeah. I mean, you should maybe consider moving out and going to Art Center. Or Cal Arts if you want to get into animation. Mr. Joshua says we need an old Asian lady, not a maker under 40. Not a male under 40. Oh.
Not a male under 44 for the intern?
Yeah. Or to take care of all of our really, like, we just need a maid, really. I mean, that's free.
Sure.
Yeah.
Somebody who's going to cook our ramen for us while we work.
And then you pay them in Comic-Con exclusive toys.
Sure.
And college credit. I mean, it's just getting better and better.
Yeah, and they get to play Super Checks all day if they want it.
Right, get to play Super Checks, and
they get sauna time.
They get sauna. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's too personal. That's like sweating in the sauna.
I was going to say, I mean, that list of pros is just getting so long. It's going to be irresistible at some point to somebody.
Right. Somebody's going to move out to LA just for those perks.
Right. Exactly.
Somebody did a Snarf redemption, Wildstorm. I didn't see that.
Oh, really?
When did Wildstorm redeem the Snarf? I'm looking at the chat and I don't see it. Oh, wow, that was a while ago. Snarf. Snarf. Sorry, Wildstorm. Gosh, I didn't even see that earlier, Wildstorm. I must have scrolled right over it, Snarf. Is this how Snarf really sounds? We should open up a web page, the YouTube page, to say Snarf. Part of the Snarf magic is also the music that plays in the background when he's talking. Isn't there like a tune that Snarf says? Snarf.
Yeah, I wish I was more familiar. I was never into He-Man.
This blasphemy. It's Thundercats, Jim Cheung. Thundercats.
Thundercats, I'm sorry.
Blasphemy. Snarf. Lionel.
I was more into Dungeons and Dragons, the cartoon.
Snarf. Let me see if I can pull up a video of Snarf. And I tried cleaning up the OBS again. It's just so much shit is built up, accumulated. Yeah, it's frustrating.
Yeah, well, it happens. I mean, you've already been streaming almost 40 times now, right? So
Yeah, over 40
left.
times. Oh, damn, I didn't
Yeah.
even... see, I knew I forgot something.
Oh, did you not update the episode number?
Yeah, I didn't update the episode number.
You can do that now, can't you?
Yeah, I'll do that right now. Oh, there's always something. I actually made it, but I didn't bring it over from my other computer. I think I was in the midst of doing that. Then I was talking to Ace. I was ranting to Ace about the debate.
When you were watching that as well. Okay.
You know, it's like I couldn't help myself from not watching it. I was watching the football game, but it's the Giants and the Eagles, and I'm like, I have no interest in either of these teams. They're horrible.
Right.
So then I was like, all right, maybe I'll watch the debate a little bit. And it's horrible.
You got sucked in for the whole 90 minutes or whatever, right?
Yeah, well, no, I stopped. I cut off. I forgot what the last subject was, and I just stopped watching it. Turned it off.
Okay.
I figure I gotta start setting up for the stream. So so you guys really helped me out. Each and every one of you helped me out.
But Ace wasn't interested in coming on stream?
No, he said maybe next time.
Oh, okay.
He's got work to do. So there, I changed the numbers. Episode number 40. Actually, it's 41 because I did a 0 episode. Like any good comic book fan, I did a 0 episode. So, the origin episode. Make Havoc wants in the sauna. Sorry, Make Havoc. There's multiple security layers in my building. The last of which is a moat that's in front of my front door. I can activate it with a push of a button. By the way, if you're just watching, make sure to hit that follow button. I think it's down here somewhere. Hit that follow button so that you know when we come back on again next time. Yeah, so back on this Among thing. Is there an app that I have to download?
Yeah, it's probably called Among Us. It's probably, yeah, there's probably an app that you can just download straight onto your iPad or your computer, I think.
So do I...
My niece was talking about it.
Yeah, so I downloaded onto my iMac.
I
App
think so.
Store. Let me open the App Store on my iMac. Oh, something just happened. What just happened? Something just happened. Oh. Bill, you weren't following me before, Bill? Man. Original OD just followed. I thought we were like this. You know? Now I don't even know if I want you to follow anymore. I don't know. Okay. Well, at least this works, right? This little... Make sure you hit the follow button. So, by the way, this is... Are you still there, Jim?
Yeah. Sorry.
Man, you just like completely disappeared. I'm wearing a... This is actually like a runner's compression for the shins. But I wear it on my forearm sometimes because it's sore. My forearm gets sore. So I'm hoping that it helps recirculate it. You know, these are... what would you call it? Not tricks of the trade, but hazards of the job hazards.
Right. You're gripping your pencil too tightly.
Yes. Something. And then, is Among Us free, or you gotta pay for it?
I am not sure. It might be pretty cheap. It might be like one of those $5 games or something.
Okay, yeah.
Is that how much it is?
Yeah. Oh, let me see, hold on.
Oh. Dill Pickles says it's free.
Make Havoc, you sent me options? You texted me options, Make Havoc? I don't remember Make Havoc sending me options. How did you get my number? Steve gets ribbed a lot, so he's a good sport. Oh, yes, of the drawing for the bet. Yes. Yeah. I haven't gotten around to it yet. I got backlogged. Maybe next week or the week after. I thought you meant options for games. Well, you know, I'm looking at Among Us on the App Store, and it's not on here.
Really?
Yeah, on the Apple App Store. I just did a search for Among Us, and it's not on here. Is there? Can someone else help out? And
Oh, you're gonna make me take a look now.
no, somebody else on stream can help out.
It's okay.
Can figure out. Let's see. There is an Among Us app, Carson McKinney says. App is an iOS and Android.
Let's take a look. So it might not be on the computer App Store.
Oh, so it's.
So you might need to play it on your phone or. Yeah, it's on the iPad.
It's on the iPad.
I see it on the iPad, but I don't see it on the computer.
So I can't play it on the Mac?
I guess not. Unless there's like a browser version.
Is there a browser version? Well, then what games can I play on the Mac? I guess you can play it on the PC, which I'm assuming is what most of these other people are playing it on.
Well, your Jimbo says he posted details
Oh,
on Discord.
oh, okay. All right, let me look. Sorry. Oh, here it is. This is... Okay. All right. How to play Among Us. I don't even know how to play the game. Jackbox is the one that you ask questions. I thought that one was kind of fun. So, actually, Yojimbo, because you're here. When I jumped on Michael's stream a year or so ago, I remember one of the first times watching him, he played a game. And I think it was Jackbox or something. It was like questions. Like... And then people that were... You choose like 3 or 4 or 5 people on stream, ask a question, people can... I don't remember what it was. Anyways, how to play Among Us on app. You'll either need to become an Android or Windows imposter. 2 ways to install and play Among Us on an app on Mac. Normally the most common way of running unsupported games on Mac OS is installing Windows. Play Among Us via an Android emulator. These programs basically emulate Android phone or tablet on your Mac while using your internals powered. Not only you'll be able to run Among Us via this method, but you'll be also able to play it smoother than you would on a mobile device. Okay, so I gotta download another program. Okay, let's start drawing.
You can do that later.
It seems rather complicated.
Yeah, we'll set it up later for next time.
On the computer, it's on the stream. It's on the stream, Matthew Crosshair says. It's on stream. I'm on an iMac.
On Steam. No, it's on Steam. Steam is like an online gaming system.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, my vision is horrible.
Yeah, you just have to download and get Steam, I guess. And then you can play through that.
So is Steam like Netflix, but for online games?
I think it's something like that. Yeah.
Mm.
I think we're showing our age now.
Get back. Come on, beef.
I'm so used to just playing console games. I don't really touch PC.
Jackbox is does Jackbox also the same thing? Do I also have to fucking download something like Jackbox? Jackbox. Let's see, Jackbox. Is there a Jackbox on the? Oh, Jackbox Party Pack, $25. Jackbox Party Pack. There's all these different Jackbox Party Packs. Which one do I get? There's 7, 6, 4, 1. I hope I don't get addicted to Among Us. I've stopped playing my PS4. I won like 3 Super Bowls in 10 seasons. And I've decided to not touch it.
It's pretty addictive.
Yes. Are you still playing on yours,
No, I
Chen?
haven't. No.
Yes. This was the game that I played with Michael, Jackbox. Like a bunch of people can choose like a question or answer to jump on.
Oh, okay. So everybody on stream can participate?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Or a select number of people we choose.
Okay.
But which one? There's.
It could be a fun way to give away a few prizes.
Yeah, I'm thinking like, play a couple games, like, this whole first hour where we're like just shooting the shit. We can shoot the shit, play a game, start drawing, and then if it's an hour drawing, like maybe take a break in between. Because my eye doctor's like, you gotta take a break in between and focus on something. So this would be a good procrastination tool.
Mm-hmm.
And then it should be fun. Trying to build a community here. Okay, so Yojimbo says people can join the game from the website. No, I think there's going to be art today. Go with Jackbox. It's easier. What Beef Skeleton just said, get back. Okay. Steam is like the App Store, plus a bunch of other extra functions. You buy stuff on it. Valve, Half-Life, Portal.
Right.
You can do Jackbox from your computer. Yeah, so like on the Mac app. But is there like a Jackbox website? Can we just like play for free? I'm not averse to paying for it. Just wondering, like.
Seems like Yojimbo's got a guide on how to play Jackbox on the Discord, so you can check that out later.
Okay, all right.
I think. Yeah.
D. Rogers says he'd be happy to host the Jackbox game round for a stream.
All right.
Yeah. Carson McKinney asked if I was a Disney Imagineer. Carson's dad was a tour guide and Jungle Cruise skipper. Oh, those guys are famous. Jungle Cruise skippers, because they do the most ad-libbing. Yes, I was a Walt Disney Imagineer. I was a concept designer. Blue Sky concept designer for them. I'm on Jackbox Games website. So I'd have to... Oh, see, now the party packs here are cheaper than the ones on the App Store. So I should buy it through here instead of the App Store. They're on sale here. But the Jackbox Party Pack 7 is not on sale. I guess that's the one with all the games. Alright, anyways. So I thought today we'd start with an exercise. Let me I got my iPad here. Alright, whoops, let me get rid of this.
You're going to do a digital exercise warm-up?
Yeah, let me get rid of this.
Nice.
I'm going to do a digital exercise. And then you guys can follow along, or at least I can talk about like my thought process. And then I'll do a quick sketch. So, okay. So I found this, somebody did this drawing on Instagram. And I saw this the other day. It's like 9 different skull. It's the same skull, but from 9 different positions. So I actually don't remember whose Instagram page I saw it on. So I apologize in advance. But when I do find it, I'll add the credit back later.
Looks like a great exercise.
But I thought, yeah, you know, it's like my basketball coach and me, right? I'm thinking like this is like a Miyagi, Cobra Kai, Miyagi-Do, you know, kind of wax on, wax off thing,
Sure.
right? So this person has already drawn the skull in these different positions, and then the exercise would be to draw an actual person's face over the skull, right? And then that way it gives you a better understanding of form, shapes, volume, and angles, per different perspective angles. Let me catch up on the chat. Too Woke to Toke says I need to make Jackbox so only Twitch users can join, but everyone can be in the audience. Yeah, so I think Jackbox is. I really liked it. I played it once with Michael. I thought it was super fun. It was my like first or second time on Twitch. So it was like very intuitive. I thought it was very easy to learn. Yeah, I gotta go back and blur out that stuff. You didn't see any of the other stuff earlier.
Which stuff? The little thumbnails?
The thumbnails, yeah. That was actually it's actually a page.
Oh, okay. No, we didn't see anything.
But
I
I'm
think
drawing.
it's mostly washed out.
Yeah, but I'm drawing it on in Procreate, so I'm multiple layers of like rough stuff before I actually do the final line art.
And are you going to be printing out the rough stuff and drawing physically, or are you going to keep it all digital?
No, just all digital.
Oh, okay.
And it's taking so long because I'm zooming so close in, and I'm mired and buried in all these minor and like these small details of line art that then I zoom out and I'm like, fuck, I just wasted. I shouldn't say I wasted, but I spent like 45 minutes on this one panel, and like most of it's going to be covered by word balloons, or it's going to get knocked out into colors.
Oh yeah, I've been there.
And no one's going to see it, you know. And it's like, well, at the end of the day, it will still make the artwork seem more solid. There's something about having it there and not having it there. But there's also a percentage or degree of detail that then ultimately still gets lost. And when you're working on production, you still gotta allocate your time properly. So if it's taking too long to finish a page, you gotta figure out, you know, what's the right amount of time to put into it.
Right.
When you're starting out, I think you gotta put everything in. This is only a production discussion when you're in the production stage of an actual comic book. But when you're an amateur and you're starting out and you have all the time in the world, you got to put everything in. You can't think in that process. So, do as I say. Don't say what. Say as it. Do as I say. Don't what. Anyways, you guys know what I'm talking about. Sinov Art. Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Sinov Art. Make sure you hit that follow button down below. Okay, so what character would you like me to draw? What character should I draw? If I draw the same character in all these different angles.
A male or female?
Doesn't matter.
Do you want to deal with the hair?
No, I just like the face. I mean, I don't think I'd do much of the hair because the other drawings, the other skulls are probably... The wife says draw JIM CHEUNG.
Oh, no.
Why don't I just draw...
Let's not do that.
Why don't I draw Wonder Woman? Because it's like Wonder Woman week. Right?
Sure, that's a good one.
So, I have I'm using just the tech brush.
Here's where I get to learn some stuff as well. Seeing how you do it.
Well, I start with the eyes. What do you start with?
Always the eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So start with
I think it's always what people focus on first.
Right. Eyes are the window to the soul. Is that what they say?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you can figure out, like, also her nose. You know, Sean and I were talking about this last time. When I first started drawing Wonder Woman, I gave her a very kind of like almost a Roman nose, very pronounced, very long, regal, almost like an eagle.
Mm-hmm.
I should say regal. I don't know if this is actually, now that I'm looking at this should probably be a little bit bigger. That's the magic of the beauty of digital, so you can kind of resize and redraw as you go along. Then you can, because of the skull, you can see also, I mean, it's a little bit, we have to go a little bit wider than where the skull is, because you figure there's tissue and muscle.
I think there might be differences between the male and the female skull as well.
Really?
Yeah, there may be, yeah.
So is this a male skull or female skull? Can you tell?
It's probably a male skull.
Probably.
Yeah. Because of the jawbone, I think.
Yeah, the jaw seems to be a little long.
Yeah, I think it's more of a guy.
So for this, I'll adapt it, shave off, do a little plastic surgery. But you can tell that this is the cheek right here. Right, if you were to, and it might come more in handy if we were to do a digital color on this.
Are you sure you don't want to switch it to a guy instead, since it's a male skull? Because
Okay.
you're gonna have to make this change for all of them.
Yeah, let's change it to a guy. Which male character? And don't say like Iron Man or although I guess you could do Iron Man.
Just draw the helmet.
Right.
You can do like what, Captain America, do a Batman or something.
Yeah, maybe Batman. Or Wolverine.
Oh, Wolverine, yeah.
Yeah, let's do Wolverine. So, but I would think like something like this helps seeing the three-dimensionality. All right. The other thing is if we were to do let's say if you were to do shadows, you can then figure out where the skull sometimes yeah, the skull definitely has masculine kind of. Okay, all right. Erase.
Well, you have to erase it. Just do it for the other ones.
Ah, too late.
It's pretty slow.
I could go back, but okay. So let's see. Wolverine.
Yeah.
Do you draw the eyebrow first or the eyeball first?
Eyeball.
Eyeball first.
Yeah. You go for the eyebrow, huh?
Yeah, I think I do the eyebrow first because then that situates where the eyeball is going to be. But also, Wolverine's skull is probably going to be a little bit more condensed than this, no?
What, you mean make it more round because he's a short guy?
It'll be more compressed, like maybe wider.
Well, that skull looks appropriate.
Yeah.
So D. Rogers is asking, would you say the eyeball is always center in the
Center of the socket? Yeah, I mean it depends on look, the eyeball is like, if we're looking at this, right? I think the nose is going to be around here somewhere. Could be lower. Right, and the mouth is sometimes here. Bottom lip. I guess it's easier if we start with the front. The guy already drew the center line in there. But how this skull is going to determine kind of the cheekbone, the face structure. So ultimately, when you do draw your own character, the skull is going to change in proportion. But for this exercise, we're using this as a learning parameter.
Long Wu was saying, well, you could just draw flames on top and then say it's Ghost Rider.
That's true. That is true.
We could be done with this in 2 minutes.
That is true. If we don't have time to do a sketch tonight, then I might give away one that I've already done. That I haven't given away. That I haven't,
Oh, okay.
I have a couple that are ready. I have a Cora from before. So, based off of the eyeball, eyebrow. I notice you draw eyes that are kind of small.
I do.
Yeah. Or do you notice that, or do you do that on purpose, or that's just your style?
I don't know. Maybe. To be honest, realistically, eyeballs aren't really that big if you actually look at somebody's face.
Yeah, they're actually fairly small a lot of times.
Yeah, yeah. So that maybe that's the reason why I used to draw them really big, but I used to draw really short-looking people with very short arms and just constantly make adjustments. And I guess I'm just on a kick where I just draw the eyeballs maybe a little too small. I don't know.
Not too small, but I'm just saying, like, it's a little bit smaller. But it gives the face like even more stature, and sometimes, like, when you're doing your
sketches.
Yeah, your headshot sketches and stuff. Especially when you're doing your upshot.
I didn't really think about it. I mean, the only thing, like, is, I just didn't want it to look too cartoony like I used to do. So,
well,
yeah, it's just evolution.
Yeah, this is not really Wolverine. This guy right here. This guy I was just drawing. Yeah.
That jawline could be like Superman.
Yeah. So the skull is okay. Let me move over, and then this one, maybe this one will be more Wolverine. This guy's also drawn this. I noticed that the jaw here is, if I were to do a line, yeah, this is not a one-to-one, so each of these skulls that he's drawing is also different. I mean, it's not a technical drawing. I think this guy actually drew the skulls. So, we're being rated. We're being rated. Calvin Sims Art, thank you for the raid. Nice to meet you, Calvin Sims Art. Hidden Operator, good to see you. Nice to meet you, Calvin Sims. Thank you very much. We also have on stream. My name is Bernard Chang, comic book artist / designer. We also have JIM CHEUNG, also professional comic book artist / lover.
I was wondering where you're going to go with that.
Well, / double
intern seeker. You should just say intern seeker.
Intern. Well, we're both intern seekers. We're anybody. Calvin Sims. Anybody on your stream lives in LA area. Do they want to be Lahila? Lahia. Nice to meet you. Thank you for the follow. Any of your followers looking for
college credit or some extra free comics?
Yeah, because Jim and I, we live like a couple blocks away from each other, so neither of us have enough work to give to one intern, but if we tag team, you could come work here in the morning for a couple hours, and then walk up the block, go to Jim's place for a couple hours, and that'll be like a whole day right there, right?
Yeah, and you can see, which Bernard's sketching like this.
Yeah, so, and we pay in college credit, so. Hidden Operator is in Brazil. Obrigado. So, that's the only Portuguese I retain. Jim, did you ever go to the CCXP?
No, I think...
in Sao Paulo?
No, I think I was supposed to go this year, but...
It's a great show, if you ever get to go. Great show.
It's on my list.
Yeah. And then
Calvin Sims had one viewer from LA.
Oh, okay. They might have bounced already.
Oh well.
Their loss. I mean, what do we pay? We pay college credit and then free comics. And then maybe lunch. Maybe.
And maybe if you're very lucky, and a stint in the sauna.
I have an infrared sauna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or some super checks experience as well.
And the super checks, yeah. So part of my internship is you learn comics, but you also learn super checks. To play the hockey game. We also need a get back coach Well, we have beef today. So. An old convention swag. Yeah, Jim just gave away a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Batman figurine to his doorman.
It's Batman Superman.
Jeffrey Joy. Yeah, it's a Batman Superman one. Not just Batman. Yeah, so I mean that thing's gotta be like $100 at least, right? And it was brand new, it was in a box, you didn't even open it.
It was brand new, but it's probably like $20.
$20? Let's say $100.
Alright, it's $100.
It's $100. Because you owned it, it was in your house.
That's right.
Right? I mean, it's like... and you could have signed it. If you signed it, it would have been even more. So... Right.
I don't know about that.
Where is Calvin Smith? Calvin, where are you based out of? You know what I also forgot to do is I forgot to tape up my finger tonight. Gotta do that later. So what we're doing right now, this is an exercise. I found these 9 skulls on Instagram. I forgot the artist. I had just taken a picture of it with my phone. So I'm going to go back and try to find the artist that had drawn this originally and give him credit, or her credit. But I thought, since they did this as an exercise for themselves, but the next step is to draw a face over it. So I'm just trying to use this as a tool for aspiring artists, and also regular artists now. We always have to do like a little practice every now and then, and I might be able to learn some stuff from this. See, like here in this one, his jaw is a little, and usually when I draw Wolverine, I draw him with almost an underbite, right? Because he feels like his lower lip is a little further out.
Yeah, you got to make him more feral.
Right. He's a like more animal. Yeah, more.
Yeah.
More closer to animalistic than human.
Mm-hmm.
Like this would be way too human. This is more like a Reed Richards or Cyclops. Yeah. What I can do is I'll post this on my Discord. That image. Actually, let me do that right now.
People can draw along with you.
Yeah, so you guys can draw along with me. Let me do that right now. That's a good idea. Thank you, J Dang. I didn't even think about it. I will put it in the... I'll put it in the artworks. At the artworks Discord channel. There we go. Okay.
Beef Skeleton is asking how he can join the Discord.
Beef Skeleton, you didn't have the Discord? Let me give you the create an invite. That's the link right there in the chat to join the Discord. So you should be able to, there's 2 Discord channels. One is the general, where you can post articles and stuff like that. And then the other one is the artwork. The artwork channel, you can post artwork up there. I stream usually Tuesdays, Thursdays, and maybe on the weekend. Maybe Thursdays, but Tuesdays usually is a good go. And I usually do a sketch of the week on Tuesday. So it should be up there. You guys can download that. That's a good idea. Sorry, didn't think about it. Yeah, so I grabbed it from someone on Instagram, I believe. And
Yeah, it should be fun to see everybody's different versions.
Yeah, so you guys can draw like different people off of this. And again, I think we come to the conclusion that this is a male face, male skull.
I think we already know which how Long Wu's is going to look. He's just going to draw a bunch of flames over the skulls.
The flames still have to follow some kind of like now does the eyeball sit, the eyeball should be, does it sit inside the socket? Or does it, it's always inside the socket?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always inside the socket. So, but then the fatty tissue, right, so the eyeball would be here. Yeah, there we go. Look at that, I just self-corrected myself. There's a little eye bag, line under the eye. So again, this drawing is predicated based strictly on the skull, the previous skull drawing. So there is going to be some discrepancy between how you might normally draw a face, and it might not, like before I drew a female face over this Wonder Woman, and it didn't really fit the skull. So there's going to be some adjustment. That's again, you can also, this exercise, you really get to see like how far back the ear is when it's in profile. But then you can see that this is, there's the ridge right here, the temple. You can kind of feel your skull in on your face.
I don't know if the skull actually suits our superhero comics kind of stylings.
Yeah.
Back of the head, right? Because the back of the head seems to be a little too pronounced.
It's a little too far back.
Yeah.
But that's fine. I mean, I think a lot of that is because this is an exercise. And also when you begin to realize, I have another exercise too that I think helps, where you can take a drawing of, let's say, your favorite artist, and then kind of deconstruct that and add the muscles underneath. Because usually you draw suits, I mean you draw the uniform, and so like this line here, you see this, that's like the skull kind of goes inwards a little bit underneath the eye. So I've actually started drawing the eyebrows a little too far out.
But some people have like more protruding foreheads.
Right. Like if it was the Hulk.
Yeah.
The Hulk would be
super exaggerated.
Yeah. Let me move his eye a little bit up. His eyebrow probably should be a little higher. Again, part of this battle is to like, I'm conforming myself to the shape of the skull. And the shape of the skull, of course, changes based on the character that you're drawing. So this skull would not work for every character. Yeah, now I think the eyes got to go further back. It looked better earlier. And then of course the more lines you add, a lot of times you can increase the amount of detail. Gives the character a little bit more expression.
You can also flop the page if you need to check stuff.
How do you do that?
Flip it horizontally.
There you
It's
go,
in
like that.
one of the options.
Oh. Oh yeah. Now it looks. Now the face looks too flat.
A little. Just bring the nose out. You don't need to change all the rest of it.
Oh, too late.
Backspace, backspace.
Oh yeah, I could do that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a button right there.
Well, what's...
You still got 6 more to draw, Bernard, before you even get to your sketch, so...
Oh. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get to my sketch tonight.
Are you going to do them all? Okay.
I don't think I'm going to get to all 9. I mean, I got to draw Wolverine 9 times?
That's pretty much a full sketch right there, right?
Yeah, this is like... You know, sometimes I do these lines. This is the nostril. This being Wolverine, he's probably perpetually angry. So he has a constant...
So James Koo is asking, when you do your own pencil roughs, do you ever start from a skull like this?
No, I don't start from the skull like this. This is not something you should be doing every single time. This is an exercise. So if you play sports, there are specific exercises that you might employ that would help, like in basketball, right? They do a drill where you dribble the basketball with one hand, and then you bounce and you catch a tennis ball with your left hand, right? And then you switch hands. You dribble the right, then you bounce to the left, dribble with the left, then you catch the ball with your tennis ball with your right hand, then you go back, right? Now, that's a drill that it's never going to happen in the actual game, because there's not going to be a tennis ball in a basketball game. But the purpose of that drill is eye-hand coordination, coordinating hand while you're dribbling the ball, but then also being able to do another physical activity, in this case catching a tennis ball in the air with your free hand. And you do that a few times. You know, you're training your brain to shoot neurons to your arm and your body to be able to do certain physical things. And so how does that play out in a game? Well, you're going to have to be reactive. You're going to have to keep your dribble while reacting to something else. Dribble with your right hand, react to something with your left hand, dribble with your left hand, react to something with your right hand. Your eye has to be focused on whatever is coming at you, but also maintaining the dribble with, you know, the dribbling of the ball. So there are all these techniques that you can, all these different kind of drills that you can use that will ultimately add to your gameplay. And so this, no, I don't draw the skull every single time, nor am I advocating that. But I would say that this is also a great way to see the structure underneath. And because these skulls are already drawn at different angles, I think this might help. Like, more so, like, I would say these three-quarter up shots, these angles are probably what a lot of artists have the most trouble with, right? Would you say that so, Jim? Like these 3/4,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, they're very tricky angles.
And if you're able to, if you already have, like for me, because I'm looking at the skull, now it's actually a lot easier. And the only reason I say draw the same character is that then you can repeat and see where things might or might not line up. But like 3/4 upshot, plus you want to allocate enough room for muscle tissue, you know, lips, cheekbones.
And I think it would help. It helps maintain a consistency in the character, so that if you can draw it from all different angles and have it look the same, then you know you're on your way to being able to draw all kinds of characters and make them more recognizable from different angles.
Yes, I mean,
and make them more individual.
I mean that I would think, even for me when I was first starting out, one of the difficulties I had was consistency in drawing the same character, right? So I could draw like I could draw a side profile or a front view, but then trying to draw the same character in from other angles, I have difficulty, right? So consistency. Sometimes when you draw a character, but you're drawing them for the first time in a new angle, it might not look like the same person. And so this can give you an idea and help, in theory, right? This is my first time doing it, so.
No, it's looking good.
But I think it works, right? Because I thought about it. I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah, you got to keep in mind the size of the nose in relation to the mouth and the eyes, and keep it consistent across the board.
Because all too often, especially when I first started, I'm drawing stuff that's iconic. I'm drawing lines as opposed to volume. And that's where, when you get to a difficult angle, it becomes difficult. Because you're not sure, because you're mimicking initially drawings a lot of times from your favorite artists.
You're not thinking about the structure.
Right.
And what this exercise does is just focus on the structure.
So the back of the skull is a little too, you know, it's a little too long, but if you're also able to recognize it, that's part of the lesson. El Cabone asks, for this exercise, would I suggest trying to keep the same expression for all 9? I would say yes. Or similar, right? Because from this angle, all right, I can, and the thing is with the exercises, you know, okay, this is the upshot. I've figured out that I like this, right? There are many other exercises I can do with this, right? If I wanted to make them, let's say I want to do an open mouth. Well, any kind of open mouth or expression, the jaw is going to change, the skull is going to change. But the skull is not going to change necessarily if he's angry, because the eyebrows, that's going to be muscle tissue on top of the skull. The skull, eye around, this whole upper part remains the same. I mean, the whole thing with this exercise, or any kind of exercise, is not one single exercise is ever going to really resolve all of your perhaps deficiencies in a field. You got to continue and perform these exercises repetitively. So that dribbling exercise where you're dribbling the basketball with one hand, catching the tennis ball with another, it's not like you do it once and then you got it. You got to keep doing it. And the more you do it, the better you're going to get. And then you can have 2 tennis balls and you can dribble the tennis ball and catch, you can, so there's other variations off of that.
It's just like playing a video game. When you first get the video game and you don't know how to play it properly, but the more you practice, the better you're going to get.
Yeah. And then if I wanted to open the mouth, let's say I want to open the mouth. Yeah, the teeth here are a little off, but the skull is going to have to change, right? The upper part remains the same. And this is, I think, a good exercise to understand. If I were to do another, the top portion of the skull, this is going to remain the same. So his teeth here are a little messed up, but...
Hey, Jerry's here.
What? I thought Jerry's asleep. Jerry, go to sleep. So this is going to... But this lower jaw part is going to be... Jerry's really here?
Yeah, I am. Just want to pop in for a minute, say hey.
Alright. This lower jaw is what's going to change. So actually, I mean, there's many folds to this exercise. I mean, the first, even before this too, is if you can draw the skull, right? Draw the skull. That's one exercise in itself. Drawing the skull from all these 9 different angles. There's also other angles that he hasn't done, which is like you could do even 3/4 back ones where you're from behind, yeah, from back of the head, right? But that's boring. But that's another angle that you can use, right? And then vice versa, the same other side. But if the mouth was open and it was some kind of expression, I'm drawing this fairly quickly with the eyeball in there. And then this is the nose. Where's Jerry? Oh, there he is. Carson
just Jerry's. Sorry.
Go ahead. Oh, he's gone?
No, I was just saying Jerry's interested in lighting.
About light. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think this exercise covers a lot of different topics, right? So right now we're talking about structure. This is the most fun part, right? Because you want to draw faces. But then once you start getting into real drawing, then again, understanding the shapes and the forms. So you would need to figure out, let me finish this face. So I'm going off of the teeth. If I draw the teeth, I fill in the teeth depending on the mouth. The jawline. Right. This is the cheekbone, kind of. The eye. Then, once we have all of this stuff down, again, yeah, the back of the skull is huge on this guy.
Yeah. I think he's just using regular human proportions.
Yeah. Comic stuff, you gotta...
Yeah.
Excuse me, you gotta calibrate a little bit more. 'Cause that's almost like a football helmet. So if we're talking about like, and then there's some fatty tissue underneath the chin, but we understand this here. If Sean was here, he can tell us the names of all of these muscles.
Is he here?
I don't know. He's counting his money again. But then from this, right, you figure out where's your light source. Right? And sometimes there's, I mean, multiple light sources, but usually in comics you kind of stick with one, but one or two. But let's say if it's one, if it's usually it's the top down. So if this is the light source coming up from here, then, right? So whatever is, now that we're understanding the structure, whatever is underneath as a shape is going to be in shadow. So the whole underside of the mouth, inside of the mouth is in shadow. Maybe this portion, probably underneath. We see the cheekbone is here. That's going to create this shadow. Definitely underneath the chin. Make this brush a little thicker. Let me make the line a little less. You know, and if we have the ear, I'm not doing a great job of reading the chat today, so you guys are going to have to bear with me.
Yeah, sorry, I'm kind of.
Oh no, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, I'm just saying. To let everybody know, if I don't catch your chat, I'll try to make up for it next.
Oh, I think Jerry's requested that you talk like Snarf. He's redeemed some
motherfucker
points.
Well, Jerry. Hello, Jerry. So when the light is up here, Snurf. When the light of Thundero is up here, and Lionel is lighting up the sword, the light source is coming from up here, and then you can see the shadow and the form coming through. Snurf. And then depending on where the forms that come in dictate, there's going to be some shadows coming down. Snurf. Snurf. And then, also the degree of the angle of the shade. Snurf is, if Lionel is angry, then it's, not as, it's very high contrast, but when Lionel is not that angry, then it's much lighter. You can also figure like the temple area, there's like some, like a cushy area, there's like some meat in here. Snurf. It's very delicious meat. Snurf. There you go. Snarf.
I think they're appreciating that Snarf is a is a great teacher.
Snarf is a cannibal. Snarf enjoys human meat. Snarf. Because we're lions and we're cats, and cats are carnivorous. Snarf. Wouldn't that be cool if they did like a Thundercast, but it was like a horror movie? And like, essentially, they're aliens that invade Earth, right?
Is it even us?
Beady, 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 beady. What's up, Buck? Carson McKinney has redeemed Talk Like Tweaky. Beady, 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 beady. And then also just like hatching. Beady, beady, beady. This is how you draw a human face, Buck.
Oh, that's great.
Beady, 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 beady. That's one hot-looking skull, Buck. Beady, beady. Jim, did you ever watch Buck Rogers, Jim? Beady, beady, beady.
I did.
We were talking last time. Did you catch it on the stream where they had a female Twiki? Beady, beady, beady.
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah.
And what she would say was, booty, booty, booty.
Really? Oh, that I don't remember.
She was gold, and then Twiki silver, and she was serving them drinks at a bar, like a space bar, and she brought drinks over, and she was.
Were
like,
you refreshing yourself on YouTube? From
yeah,
YouTube clips?
right.
Oh.
Because I had remembered at one point during one of the seasons, all of a sudden Twiki's voice was like completely different. I remembered that for something. And it was like completely whack. So I looked online, like, yeah, sure enough, like the person that voiced Twiki was this very famous voice actor, and then he got sick, so they hired another person. Another person just didn't try to mimic the original version.
Yeah.
He just did his own voice, and it was like something weird. Like, hey, Buck was it was completely off.
How do you remember that?
I remember some stuff, but some stuff I don't. And then
I mean, you're talking about it and it sounds familiar now, but
right?
How did you remember
Yeah.
that? That was like
and then
a
like
long time ago.
Then he came back, and then like towards it, like the last few episodes, the guy got healthy and he came back, and it was beady 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 again. But then when they went onto the Discover ship to explore space, I think he stopped saying like beady 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 because he didn't have Dr. Theopolis anymore. The clock dude on his chest. Beady 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 beady. So Jim, would you mind doing the booty booty while I do my beady beady?
I would if I could even remember it.
She only said booty booty. She didn't say any other
Booty
words.
booty.
But
Booty
yeah.
booty. Like that.
Beady beady
Booty
beady.
booty.
Beady 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 beady.
Booty booty.
And then it had this music where so then Twiki went and followed Booty. Like they left together.
That sounds familiar.
And
Oh my
Theopolis
goodness.
is like left on the table, right? The Dr.
Yeah.
Theopolis, like, Doctor, like, Twiki, where are you going? What are you doing, Twiki? Beady 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 beady. And then Buck is like, he knows what they're doing. That's a USB port, He's trying to get a mini USB port into a USB-C port. Action going on. Oh, Chen's here too. Look at that.
Hey, you guys should jump into the stream. Jump into the voice chat.
Yeah. Come on. Beady 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 beady. What's up,
Come on, Sean. We need to hear your version of the Twiki.
Beady 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 beady. Okay. So I don't really like
D.
this
Rogers
face.
is saying, "Get back."
Get back. That's Beef Skeleton. Where's Beef Skeleton? That's Beef's job. Come on, Beef. Alright. Let's do this one. If we do this angle here. What am I doing here? Okay, let's do another light angle. If the light is coming from here.
Jerry's off. Happy holidays, Jerry.
Happy holidays, Jerry. Happy holidays. Get some rest. Jerry's gonna have a good sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been up. Like nowadays, if you stay up one night, do an all-nighter. If I stay up one night and do an entire all-nighter, that fucks up my whole week.
Yeah, I don't think I can do that anymore.
I gotta sleep like 8 hours.
Are you a zombie when you don't get it?
Yeah. Beady, 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 beady.
Booty, booty, booty.
Booty, booty, booty.
Oh, is that how it went?
Yes.
Booty, booty, booty.
It's got to get a little bit more feminine. Come on, Jim. Gotta get a little
Booty, booty, booty.
beady, 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 beady. Perfect. Beady, beady, beady.
Booty, booty.
Perfect. Who knew Tweaky was such a perv? Or who knew, like, Tweaky is a robot and had to procreate? Right? You would think, like, he could just... There's no male-female for a robot. You figure he could just build another robot if he wanted to. Right? Like, as if, in order to create another robot, one had to be incubated inside of a female robot's tummy. You know, come on.
Maybe that's how sophisticated the AI is going to be.
Maybe.
Right? It's 25th century.
25th century, yeah. There's some regression in the technology in the 25th century. But the female also didn't have any other... She didn't have any lines. And I don't know if that was like a... If that was a...
deliberate thing or...
Yeah. I mean, she should have at least said something like... Oh, shit. I just dropped my pencil. She should have said something else besides booty, booty. But she could have said, like...
Looking good there, Tweaky.
Or, I don't know. She could have said...
I gotta talk to my girlfriends.
D. Rogers is coming in with the trivia.
Oh. Yeah. I just used my foot to pick up my pencil. That's how talented. See, I didn't even...
Go for Sunday just said just draw.
Well, that's true, Yojimbo. That's the other thing. Is like if any actors on a show have a speaking line, they are then they moved up the ladder, right? And they get residuals or they get other like higher pay per episode. Did you know the guy? Go ahead.
Isn't that line considered, you know, the booty, booty, booty? Isn't that still considered a line?
I don't know. Maybe back then, technically, it was just like a sound. I have no idea. But the guy that was in the Tweaky suit, he was like an Ewok, and he did a whole bunch of other things, too. Right, Mel Blanc. Mel Blanc was the voice actor. D. Rogers, that's Sean Chen monkey body, or just monkey face. Still in the works. In the works by meaning it's being worked up in here. It hasn't physically made its way down to my arm and onto a pencil and onto a tablet yet. But anyways, this is the light. Let's go back. So depending on the intensity of the light, the nose might, create even more shadow coming down. So, yeah, you kind of get it. I mean, this is kind of like a. And the white, let's see, go back in there. I mean, I like coming up with these kind of exercises. This is like Rocky, what was it, Rocky Rocky 4, where he goes fight Ivan Drago in Russia. Is that right? Is that Drago?
Is that number 4?
Well, number 1 is Rocky and he loses. Number 2 is also he fights Apollo Creed and he wins. Number 3 is Mr. T. Right?
Oh, okay.
So Rocky 4 is like he's fighting the Soviet Ivan Drago. And so like when they do the montage, it's time for a montage. Ivan Drago is like lifting these scientific weights, you know, then he's being injected by some steroids. And then Rocky's like in the Siberian wilderness, like lifting logs. And he's doing like, you know, other exercises that aren't scientifically proved. So this is like a non-art school kind of exercise, maybe. I just made this up. So, right. Number 5 was Tommy Gunn. Number 6 was whatever. You really think number 4 was the best way? I thought number 1, the first one was great because he lost in the end. Anyways, G Dog, thank you for the follow. Y Staff, thank you for the follow. Equisitive, thank you for the follow. Jeffrey Draw, Hidden Operator, Lahia, Ken DZ. These are all people that followed earlier. I forgot to mention. So,
Awesome.
Trotmaster. Anything else you guys want to see in this kind of exercise? I would say, you know, and again, these, because they're exercises, right? Don't worry about doing perfect drawings.
What are you doing? Why are you erasing?
I'm erasing. You shouldn't erase. You should, so when I like start over and draw these.
You should save the rest of them for next time, maybe, so you could do a few each time.
Oh shit! All right, let me go back.
You don't have to do them all at the same time. That way, you can still do a sketch tonight to give away.
Layer. Why? I don't want to do anymore. I have to do another sketch. What am I doing? This was another angle I thought was kind of cool. Why is this? Oh, the opacity's down. So Stallone gets no residuals from Rocky. Wow, I didn't know that. Because they didn't want him for the role, just the script. Well, the whole thing with Rocky is, you know, Stallone was like trying to break in as an actor, and I think he wasn't getting any roles, or he wasn't getting the roles that he wanted, and so he wrote Rocky. Right, he's a very intelligent person. I mean, he wrote very creative, although you know Rocky's like kind of a dumb character, dumb in the sense like you know he's like. The character's dumb, not that the character sucks, but that you know he's just a brute, right?
Just simple.
Yeah. So, but he wrote the movie. He wrote a movie. He said he's like fuck it. I'm gonna do it on my own. I'm gonna write my own movie. I'm gonna write a part for myself. And he wrote Rocky. It's a great movie, great story. And then he got it made. And then that's how then he wrote his ticket from there. Right, then Rocky 2, then Rambo, then Over the Top. One team. They knock you down. It's not how hard you fall. It's how you get up, get back up, something like that. I don't know. You ever remember that? Over the Top, where he's a trucker.
I don't think I saw that one. I think I might have skipped that one.
Oh, he's like a trucker, and he takes this like a strange kid on to like this bar, and he does like arm wrestling. That was his thing. It was like arm wrestling.
Okay.
And he arm wrestles like this big guy. The things that you remember from childhood. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I skipped that one.
Over the Top equals Real Steel. Similar, right? Hugh Jackman did Real Steel. That one was
Yeah.
with the robots, right?
Right.
So similar kind of thing. Yeah, I mean,
So Stallone just gets no residuals from the first movie,
from
right?
the first one, probably. He probably
Okay.
gets some from the other ones.
Well, he probably gets residuals for writing the screenplay, or did he just give that up entirely?
They said he gets residuals for the screenplay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good chunk of change, though.
Well,
Still.
I mean, he's. I think he's very well off right now. So he's not doing Twitch streams. Aldox13, thank you for the follow. So this is an angle that I think a lot of people might have some problems with. The top 3/4 down. And the thing is, like, in this skull, the skull, he's drawn that the bottom jaw actually goes in. And a lot of heroes, the jaw probably comes out a little bit more. Right, so that's why, like, there's a discrepancy here in this, because I'm thinking that this, like, if I drew his face according to the jaw, it wouldn't be the same. Right?
Right.
So, a lot of times we take liberties, bring the jaw out a little bit. And then I guess the next layering off of this would be to then draw the outfit, the uniform. So once we have, when you draw Wolverine, do you draw the face first, or do you just draw the mask?
I think I got used to just doing the mask
Yeah.
a lot of the time, yeah. But it's strange, for certain characters I have to draw the everything else. I have to draw the structure.
Like Batman,
Yeah.
I gotta draw the face first.
Mm-hmm.
But not too much of the face. I don't want to get too buried in the face, or too locked into the face, like I'm being locked into the skull.
Right.
But I want there to be at least still some structure. Sean, I wonder if Sean, when he's drawing Iron Man, does he? Because Sean used to draw Iron Man. Sean's on the chat. Does Sean draw the mask, or does he draw the human face first? And I would think Iron Man is probably different, because his whole face is a mask, right? And his whole body is a mask too. So
Right.
there is some form of what is it called? He has to take some liberties, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
if you were to really put a mask on a human head and then a suit, the head would look really big. Just like we were drawing Jet Jaguar on Tuesday. I mean, Jet Jaguar is a prime example where they put a helmet over an actual human person in a rubber suit. The head is like huge. So.
Yeah, but Iron Man is a different one, because it's he's armored all over.
Right.
So even if you're drawing the body underneath, you still got to bulk it up because of the armor.
Yes.
So if you just draw it normally, I guess it everything's kind of in proportion anyway.
So that's Wolverine. Like this is a really good, like this is a good example of I think this exercise helping define a shape, you know, the hero. And then of course the neck has to be thicker, wider than normal.
That's a great Wolverine.
Right? It's not bad.
Print it.
I like drawing these, what are the piping, clothing, like this sew line.
The seams.
The seams, yeah. I mean, if we were to do this, it would be much easier. Here's another one. Oh, let me do this on the head here. If we were to just draw the face, what are you working on tonight? Top secret?
No, just getting on to a Rorschach.
Ooh, you're doing a Rorschach cover? Wow.
Yeah.
Which issue? Can you tell?
I have no idea.
Oh, you don't
I have
know.
no idea.
Yeah, the back of the skull. This guy drew a huge skull.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, it would be different. Like, I think this is probably, again, because this is based off of another person's drawing of a skull. So there are going to be irregularities. If this is a 3D modeled skull, it would probably be a little bit more accurate. So Sean Chen said he draws masks only. The mask only. Don't be ridiculous. Redonkulous. 2.5. Yeah. Sean drew a 2.5-year stint on Iron Man. One of the longest stints. As a regular penciler, you guys, we talked a little bit last stream about comics, and you know, specific about that Teen Titans cover, but also like how far in advance covers are usually drawn, and then when they get published, sometimes they're like very different. A lot of times the story hasn't even been completely written out yet. There might be a synopsis. The story might have been approved. The initial plot or direction might have been approved. But the actual story itself has not been completely finished. Has not been completely written. And, you know, sometimes there's an editorial change. There's like, oh, well, we're going to do this kind of event. Or we're going to, oh, let's add this character in there. Or, you know, or even the writer might even have a change of mind. And,
or there might even be a change in writer.
Yeah, well, that might be a change in writer. And so when the story does come out, it's usually about 4 to 5 months later. You're looking at a whole different landscape. So, that Teen Titans cover, I think I did. I want to say I did that back in April or May.
The Superboy one?
Yeah, with the Superboy one.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's October. So that's at least 6 months, 5-6 months. And the parameters were, the basis was like, oh, you know, Superboy's coming back from the future. And he's looking for Damian Wayne. And Damian Wayne had already left Teen Titans. That was it. So, yeah, so this kind of like, you know, looking at these 3/4 angles. These are very subdued drawings of. He also has drawn a very large. This is inconsistent in this drawing. This portion here. So just again taking some liberties. What I would say is, using even something like this, I don't think you have to follow. I don't know. What do you think, Jim? Should a young artist follow the skull first to a T before they branch out on their own? Or should they take some liberties and, like, if you took liberties on your own in redefining the face, you could run into problems because the anatomy, the understanding of the anatomy is not 100% there. And then what you're doing is you're masking it with your own continued deficiencies.
Yeah, they're already introducing stylistic influences. Sean's in the room, I think.
Yeah, Mr. Chen?
Hey, Sean.
Can you hear me?
Oh, Chen, do you have a token, Sean?
Oh, yes, I got it right here.
Okay, come on, you got to play into this. All right, hold on.
You don't have to set me up. Come on.
Boop, 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 boop,
Keep
boop,
going.
boop, boop, beep. There we go.
Oh, please. Do I have a monkey body yet? Is that...
Not yet. I think it's just going to be the face. You want a monkey body?
Oh, no, I don't want a monkey body.
Yeah.
I think people say I already have a monkey face.
Let's see, okay. All right. Where am I going to position?
I'm the same size as those skulls.
Yeah, look at it. Why don't I just draw over you?
Put a Wolverine, make me Shang-Chi.
There we go. And why don't I do this? This is a good exercise right here.
Perfect.
So, is this my monkey body now? Did you show Jim your trick where you can grab your own head? Pretty funny.
There we go. Look at this stream.
See, I didn't want to come in here because I think I might interrupt your lesson here with a lot of tomfoolery.
Well, it's okay. I don't think I'm actually going to do a drawing tonight. It's already too late to do a drawing. We're 2 hours in. I think I just give away a drawing that I've already done. But there we go.
Oh, right.
Hey, it might be breaking terms of service here with the nipples there.
Oh, shoot. That's right.
What you can say is an anime.
There we go. It's taped
You know
over.
what you could do if you put like monkeys always have like really big ears. I think that's one of the characteristics. It really sells it.
Wow, this is kind of off. I gotta readjust.
Okay.
There we go. Let me readjust
So
here.
yeah, I remember everyone was talking about making me Chim Chim from Speed Racers with that stupid beanie.
Sean, did you watch the debate tonight?
I watched it. I was
Oh,
waiting
yeah?
for the mute. You know how they have that mute power?
Yeah.
I think that's what everyone's waiting for that. I mean, I
Right.
don't think people are listening, but they just want to see that mute in action.
Did they mute? Did they end up muting anybody or
I don't
no?
know. I don't think I saw any of that. So
They muted. I think they mute. When I saw, they muted Trump once, but it was like very subtle. It was like less than a split second.
I think they said they did it like 4 times
Oh, really?
total. I think so.
Does he have a fan on top?
no, I don't think so.
No.
That's I
Yeah.
think it's like a striped beanie. But yeah. Okay. There you go. All
Now,
right.
if I could animate this, that'd be like. There we go.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
was looking at
What do you
these,
think of this exercise, Sean?
Oh, it's pretty good. I mean, I think you're building on top of these. Like these skulls are obviously drawn from traced photographs. The problem is like the photograph probably has some parallax where some of the skull, I mean, it's a little bit misshapen.
Yeah.
From yeah, I mean, also there's the part of the back of the head. A lot of us don't really notice the back or the top of the head, so we tend to draw them like maybe 10 or 20% smaller than they really are.
Right.
So people do have a lot of back of the head, but because people don't pay attention to it, they draw it really small. So you see a lot of amateurs when they draw faces, right above the forehead, they just pile on like an inch of hair, and it's not enough. I mean, you really have to, depending on the angle, you have to put a lot there. Otherwise, the eyes end up being too high or whatever. So yeah, there's more top of the head and there's more back of the head. But then, in addition to that, these skulls have that weird. Because I noticed you were looking at some of the jaws look smaller.
Right.
It's just the for some reason when you take a picture with a camera, and like 1 inch to the left or 1 inch to the up or down or whatever, and it just changes the proportions dramatically, and then you're drawing on top of that. So, but that's a great Wolverine. I mean, I can tell like with the mask, it's a very like compound curved shape. It's very hard to keep symmetrical in a 3/4 top view, but you really like I can really see it's like symmetrical and it has like structure to it. So,
Yeah, this is like this the pointy stuff is like very hard. I remember when I first started trying to draw, this was my least favorite because I couldn't understand what it was too.
yeah. And different artists will draw it differently. Like Lanil Yu drew like really long, like spear shape.
Right. Yeah, like Paul Smith drew it differently than Dave Cockrum. Anyways. Oh, we just took away the monkey illusion.
That's
So
like mildly racist.
I think we're done today. Right? Does anybody want to see any other ones? I think the other ones are just pretty much self-explanatory. Right? I mean, when Sean comes on, we know it's the end of the stream.
Yeah. Show for the end.
Did you see this Carson McKinney drawing of Jet Jaguar and Jerry? It's hilarious.
No, I didn't. I
How do
saw
we-
he posted one on Instagram, but I don't know if it's the same one.
It's the same one, but he finished it and colored it.
Oh, okay.
And it's Jerry and Jet Jaguar at the tip of the Titanic from...
Okay.
You know-
Oh, yeah, that's the request from the other night.
Right, yeah. So, all right, let me see. What can I give away today? Am I missing anything in the chat? Okay. Sean, how have you been?
Pretty. I started a new project.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah?
this is a small one, yeah.
Can you talk about it?
Well, I mean, I don't really give a shit what they think, so yeah. I mean, well, I'm not gonna say too much about it, but it's for Marvel, but it's only an 8-pager.
Back at the House of Ideas.
Yeah, I'm back, baby.
Is it House of Ideas or House of Secrets?
It's the House of Ideas.
House of Secrets is a comic book shop here in Burbank.
Oh, this is the Korra. This
Yeah.
is the Korra that someone had a lot of beef with, right? Like this
Someone
is
had a beef with it?
technically, quote unquote, on model.
Oh, right. Yeah.
What was wrong with it?
Well,
It looks different.
I took some liberties.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, this one's colored. So I don't think I've given this away. I think I just did this.
Well, it's right there, though, so you didn't give it away.
Yeah, I don't think I didn't draw this on stream, I don't think. Right? So I think I just did this. This was like the first, was this the first?
Oh, is this Battle of the Sketches?
This was the first battle of the sketches that we did.
Oh, okay.
There's something on the plastic.
That's not a mole.
No. It looks like it's burned in. On the back is a pencil sketch. I like the pencil sketch better than the front. There's something off with her body on the front. I'm just switching sides of the top loader, so now you don't... Oh. burned in on both sides. When is your project going to come out?
It's not really scheduled yet.
Oh.
But man, it's tough. Like I don't know. Maybe Jim, have you ever done a Chris Claremont plot?
I haven't. No.
Oh wow. Damn,
Chris
all that time
Claremont?
in one thing you never have.
I think Sean's just revealed who he's working with.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Man.
So man, these plots. I mean, I did 18 issues with him on X-Men: The End, and it's crazy. So, I mean, the guy is kind of nuts. He'll like the script comes in, it's like a phone book, and then you have to kind of find out what you're supposed to draw. A lot of it's like backstory, and a lot of it's just like kind of like back material, and then you got to find something that says like panel 3. It's like, oh, there's what I'm drawing, but there's so many things that inform it. I guess it's a lot like I also work with Jonathan Hickman. It feels like the same thing, you know. Jonathan Hickman does like these dimensional spanning things where you know there'd be several versions of the same character in the same scene interacting with each other. Chris Claremont does all that. So when I got the script, it's only for 8 pages, but there was a lot to unpack. I had to actually call the editor and kind of go through it all.
Wow, it sounds like an Alan Moore script.
Yeah, yes. Alan Moore, like that's good though. Like all that back stuff for Watchmen, like I think will really help. I'm not sure. Like I think with Chris Claremont, the stuff really is just it confuses. But you know,
Does he provide any reference in the script?
No, I don't think he's that savvy. I know a lot of writers these days have those little hot links in there that you can go and include YouTube videos too. Yeah, Chris is not really at that. He just kind of mentions which story it's from, and you kind of have to look it up yourself.
Did Chris like include newspaper clippings in his script?
What was that? What's that for?
That's a get back for the script says, you know, you're saying he doesn't have hot links, but he has like newspaper clippings.
Yeah. So,
But if you said you've worked with him before, you should have had that experience already, right? Of knowing how to deal with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think I don't know what it is. Maybe I was just. Well, I guess when it was 18 issues long, there was a lot of stuff to slog through in the beginning. But then after a while, you get into a groove, and then you kind of have a shorthand with them. But now for this 8-pager thing.
It was 18 issues?
18 issues, yeah. X-Men: The End.
X-Men: The End was 18 issues?
Yeah, 3 6-issue arcs.
Wow.
Yeah.
I guess over 18 issues, you kind of get used to it, but it's been a few years since then, right? So you kind of fallen out of that rhythm.
Right. So I didn't know well enough to turn it down.
Do you have his number?
It's on the plot.
Can you have you called him?
I've never called him before. I called a meeting one. I mean, I complained to Tom Brevoort that I couldn't draw this. This is a while back during X-Men: The End. In the beginning, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing here. This just seems like, and I had the complaint that it seemed like he was making it up as he goes along, and like that was a wrong way to work. But I guess it's not. So I called a meeting, and then I met with him and Tom and the assistants and whatever, and ultimately nothing changed. But I think I was just kind of I was causing some unnecessary trouble. So Tom just told me, like, just whatever he says, draw it. Don't stay in your lane. And that was an important lesson. I should have stayed in my lane.
Wow.
Or you could have just drawn whatever you wanted and let him deal with it.
Yeah. You didn't just flex your muscles, just turn in the pages, and like that's it.
I think my problem was that I wasn't familiar with the way he worked, and it felt like, in Apocalypse Now, there's that guy Kurtz at the very end whose methods have become unsound. I read his stuff before. It seems like really great, but it seemed like this was really different, and I was worried about the 2 years of my life being spent on this, and then I found out later on that this is what his plots are like, and you just kind of go with it, and it's going to be fine, and everything was fine. I mean, it wasn't really a memorable story arc for them, but it did okay, and that's what they expected. And I was trying to think it was X-Men the End. I thought it was going to be my Watchmen, and Tom was like, you gotta forget about that. You can't hold anyone to the standards of doing the next Watchmen. I was like, okay, just stay in your lane. And so I drew it, and it was fine.
18 issues. Wow. You drew all 18 issues.
I did every single one of them.
Yeah, that's unheard of. Like, to not even have a fill-in artist in between.
Sean's a pro.
Yeah, I mean
Sean's a
that
real
doesn't
pro.
happen today. That doesn't happen today. I mean, you get the most I drew was 7 issues in a row, and then they had a fill-in artist, and that was like the longest consecutive run at DC for a while, aside from maybe Greg Capullo. But Greg's a machine. You can't really count him in any of this stuff.
There's always once you got a rhythm going and it's going, you get a steady paycheck. But then once you stop, they have to put you on another project, which means moving someone off, and that process takes time. So you can be in limbo where you're doing just covers and fill-ins for a long time. So, I mean, back then I think just bring it on, just more and more issues.
But Claremont is writing in plot or script.
It's in plot.
Oh.
But still, even though it's in plot, there's a lot of stuff written there. And I think the problem with X-Men the End was it's in the future, so everyone is old. So the story with mostly their kids, but then when Rogue and Gambit and all them show up, they're all like really, really old. And no one likes reading that, and no one liked buying the artwork because it was just not the iconic evergreen versions of those characters.
Did you have to design a lot of stuff?
Yeah, every single character that showed up, they gotta extrapolate what every single Magneto of the future or Mr. Sinister of the future, all that stuff.
And that takes time. Yeah, a lot of people don't recognize that takes time. Like in a movie, they spend like a year or two at least just designing a movie before they even start shooting it. I mean, it could be even more than 2 years, sometimes like 3 or 4, depending on the movie.
More often than not, in comics, most artists confess that they kind of design it on the fly, on the page as they're drawing it.
Yeah, so you get a month to draw an issue, and you got to throw in the design work along with that. That's why like Green Lantern Corps was such a difficult book to draw, because every issue took place on a new planet with a new culture and a new alien species, right? In addition to like the writer threw in like 1,000 Green Lanterns every issue.
This is Van Jensen.
Yeah, we won't say any names, but you guys can figure out who wrote Green Lantern Corps.
I'll say his name. I'll switch the first and last letter. So it's Jan Venson.
Jan Venson. Yeah. So he threw like 1,000 and these are like also Green Lanterns that weren't even established. I mean, he was just like, oh, just make up some alien ones. I'm like, thanks. Just make up some alien ones. Okay, all right. On top of having the reference the ones that are already included in the script, right? I mean, that's another like time cruncher, is that if you're not familiar with the characters, you have to reference it. You have to look up the characters. You have to find their costumes. You have to draw the costumes. You have to get some kind of cohesion. So I can only imagine, like in X-Men the End, I mean, you're making an older version of Rogue or Gambit, but then you still have to look up like, okay, well, which Rogue do you want to go with to then base off of your old Rogue, right?
Right, and then you got to extrapolate what their costume is 20 years from now.
Right, yeah. And then, did any of them gain weight, or did they all remain the same?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. So, and then, Phoenix was bald. I mean, he would request these things. And
Phoenix was bald?
yeah.
Female? Jean Grey?
What really bothered me was that he would start heading down a certain direction early on in the early issues, and then set things up, and I'm waiting for like, okay, that's going to pay off later. And then we're getting close to the end, and there's been like a dozen different things that were started that never really resolved, and then the story ended. So, but it's a legitimate way, a viable way to write a comic. It's not a movie. It's not. I mean, you can plan it out like Watchmen, or you can kind of just go with the flow, and that's also It wasn't a way that I was familiar with, but it's a viable way to write a comic, you know.
Well, I remember like back at Valiant, I think Kevin Van Hook, who wrote. Did he write your Bloodshot?
He did write a few issues, yeah.
I remember him saying like sometimes like him, or it was him or Tony Bedard, saying that they would write like they would just write stuff and then get to the end, not really know how to solve it yet. And then the next issue, with the challenge for the next issue would be to try to solve whatever dead ends they wrote themselves into the previous issue. And that's how they propelled themselves.
Yeah,
month to month.
That's a way to work. Hell, I mean, Wolverine's Weapon X, like everyone knows that story, but he was kind of making up as he goes along, and his justification was that Logan was kind of just pulled out of his life into this whole thing, and he has no idea what's going to happen next. So to effectively write that character, Barry Wynne Smith shouldn't know what happens next. He was just kind of going with it.
That is the method acting version of comics.
I would not. Everything I know about writing, that's not a way to do it. But whatever. I mean, that in comics, there's different rules. Because I mean, who can complain with how Weapon X turned out? I mean, it's like a watershed piece of work there.
So Sean, would it be okay if I gave you some of my X-Men books to get Chris to sign? I have a whole box of that stuff. Long box.
I used to live only like a few blocks away from him.
Yeah. Is he still in? Where is he? Is he still in New York?
You know, I think when I lived there, I would skateboard by his place, and one time I saw Ed Piskor outside his house.
Who's that? Ed Piskor. That name sounds so familiar.
Cartoonist kayfabe.
Oh.
X-Men Grand Design.
You mean when you lived at the Spruce Goose?
No, when I lived in Park Slope.
Oh, Park Slope.
Yeah, because he lives in, I don't know, I want to give his exact address in case there's some crazy...
225 West 35th Street, apartment 5G,
Yeah.
Brooklyn, New York, 11205. 11205 is Pratt's zip code, so it's completely off the track. All right, well, that's exciting. I mean, Chris Claremont, it's a living legend. I mean, Jim, have you ever worked with Chris Claremont?
No, he said he hasn't.
No?
No, I haven't. No. I always wanted to. Because, growing up like everybody else, X-Men was one of my favorite books.
Yeah.
And, it was always a goal of mine to work with him.
You up for drawing an 8-pager?
Yeah, I would gladly give it to you. Yeah, I took it because Marvel came knocking, so I was like, hey, I'm gonna, whatever it is, even if it's Paste Pot Pete annual, I would do it.
But they came knocking because they saw the Batman Beyond stuff.
No, it's because it's because of the stream.
Oh, it's because of the stream. Oh.
The magic powers of the stream.
We gotta be more formal now. No more Talk Like Schnarf or Twiki for the stream.
And no more women unless they have real business to be here.
There's actually more female viewers than we think.
Yeah?
There's like some people we think might be dudes are actually women on here, so it's good. We're diversifying. Next time we might be able to play like Jackbox if I figure out how to get that to work. That's actually a really fun game. So it's kind of like Cards Against Humanity, I think, sort of. Right? Where you come up with funny stuff and then people vote on what they like. Anyways, I don't know. That's such a tangent, non sequitur I got into. I have no idea where we got that.
You need sleep.
Brett Booth got a gig at Marvel today too. There's a run on 90s artists.
It was Valiant not too long ago. I guess like Valiant would select one artist to pay well or something. In the old days when Dinesh was there, they paid very well. I mean, they had Paula Rivera over there. But I don't know about them now. I mean, it's changed quite a bit. So.
Yojimbo says Brett wasn't working on a series since Valiant said pencils down.
Yeah, it's strange that Valiant, like the evolution of that company that we started out at.
Yeah. Sean's really trying to poke me right now. He's like, he's trying to
duck the Mirage back.
He's trying to.
Oh, okay. Well, I had no problem with Dinesh, but
since you wanna air some dirty laundry, maybe I should air some dirty laundry.
About who?
About Valiant.
Oh yeah. I mean, you gonna really punch downward now?
It's not really dirty laundry. Grievances. Maybe not grievances.
Fred Pierce is still there. So.
Fred's like an uncle to me, so yeah. I don't say anything bad about them. But when Fred's gone, boom, it's all gonna like dump.
That's when the lawsuit comes out.
This guy's gonna dump a bunch of shit. Fred's the last guy. Once Fred leaves, then boom.
Sounds like there's some good stories to be told.
Not really.
No.
I would think you have better ones from CrossGen.
Yeah, our Valiant stories are like making fun of other artists that were there. Mr. B.O., Mr. Painter, playing pranks.
Yeah, nothing big.
But there are some grievances.
Well, you gotta get Bob Layton. Well, I guess you said you wanted to wait to get Bob Layton on.
Yeah, well, I gotta email him.
He talks very candidly, and he just goes off, and he doesn't care.
We gotta find the right moment right now. I think I want to try to get everything. I think we're kind of there. We're kind of getting there, right? Where we're comfortable with what we're doing here. Because Bob is he's a legend. So, I want to make sure. Like last time we had Perry on, it was like a test run. To bring on like a guest star. I have to be more prepared.
No cosplayers, right? No cosplayers.
Oh, we can have cosplayers on. I think eventually we have a lot of different people on. It'd be fun, just to get their different perspective.
And it'd be great to get Tommy Lee on, but his internet's so bad.
Yeah, Tommy would have been great for Jet Jaguar too, because he's like a huge Godzilla fan. I mean, even like if you want your son to come on at some point, because we need to like fine tune all what the next generation is into. Like this the stuff about Among Us to me feels more reactionary. Than like I want to know what's like on the pulse, what's around the corner.
Yeah, this had me think. I mean, for a little while on some streams, if you have some of the regular people that are in the chat, just hop on Discord and just kind of introduce themselves. I mean, at least to join the stream, and then so we can hear the voice.
Yeah,
and we'll interview them very briefly, and then get out because we gotta draw.
Anybody wants to do that? That's already on Discord. That's on the stream. Like I've opened that up. I mean, Yojimbo still needs to find his mic. Yojimbo, have you moved already? Have you moved yet to your new place? If you have, then you gotta shoot us the address so we can get you this.
Yeah, I got artwork to give you.
I got like a $25 Panda Express gift card for you. Is there Panda Express in Maryland?
Of course.
Is there? I mean, is there Panda Express in New York?
Yeah, there is.
Oh.
You eat there like once a month.
Yojimbo has moved. Okay, dude, shoot me your address. I think I have like a $20 Quiznos gift card too.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who don't wanna. They like lurking and they want to be behind the scenes, but there are, I'm sure, people who would like to actually more extroverted people. Like we just give them all a chance to talk.
We can get Steve on here. Steve will, Janders SPS 397.
They certainly deserve to be on more than that Aurora person, right?
Sean. I mean, too woke to toke. There is a Panda Express in Maryland. Is there a Panda Express near you, Jimbo? Your Jimbo? Otherwise, I'm gonna use it on myself, man. But yeah.
Yeah, you should get a list going of who would like the chat.
Yeah, if you want to. I mean, if you guys just want to stay texting, that's cool too. But if you have a mic, you know, and you want to jump on voice for a little bit, we're open to that. Plus, it'd be interesting to hear everybody's voice, because, like, I wonder if Longwood really sounds like this.
Longwood is like more like a high pitched Larry.
Snurf. What if Longwood sounded like Snurf? Well, you get like a voice synthesizer, was emulator or something, or what do they call that? Where you can change your voice when you talk into it. We can conduct it. Hey Jim, we can conduct an internship for the interview. Interview for the internship, right?
Could work.
I was talking to Perry the other day, and he was like, it'd be interesting, like, if people are interviewing now for jobs and mostly doing it on Zoom, right? Or some kind of, like, online, you know, teleconferencing thing. Like, as an employer, one of the questions would be, like, can you please stand up so we can take a look at you? Because, you know, like, nobody's wearing pants these days. Right? I mean, even like for business, you know, if you're a business, you wear like a shirt or you know, a jacket, blazer up top, but you know, no one's wearing pants underneath. So would you, for a job interview, wear pants even if it's on Zoom? How serious do you take this position? And if you didn't wear pants, will we still accept you as an intern? I don't know. I'd have to think about it. Jim, maybe yes. All right, let's give away the sketch and call it a night. You have any other topics you want to talk about? There's some juicy ones, Sean. We had some juicy conversation last time.
Yeah, I missed a lot of everything.
So I think some of those conversations we should have on stream. And they're pertinent to the comic book industry. So, but maybe next time. All right.
Okay.
When you have a monkey face, that's when we can get serious and talk about real serious shit. All right. If you're new to the stream today, we're going to give away this Cora sketch. Usually I do a sketch on stream, but today I did the exercise, and that ate up most of it. So I need to either, it's 10:30, it's 1:30 everywhere else. I need to either go sit in the sauna for an hour, 45 minutes, excuse me, or get to real work. Got a bunch of shit piled up. Or go to sleep. So one of those other three things I gotta do. So tonight I did not do a drawing, but I'm gonna give away this Cora sketch. So it's actually colored, watercolored. I don't really like it, but
Wow, way to sell it, Bernard.
yeah, you might.
I was gonna say,
You should top it up, man. What is this?
I
think it looks fantastic. You know?
I'm just being honest. You know, there's a lot of drawings that I do that afterwards I'm like, you know.
I think that happens for all of us after a while once we've stepped away from a drawing. For
Right, like the face. I like the face. I like the face.
Yeah, definitely, that's fine.
The torso, you know, it's okay. It's okay.
So what do you have a problem with? What else is there?
There's something like the hair. I'm not really like this part of the hair. I'm not really like. Let me take off the spin. Let me take off the spin wheel so you can see, so I can critique my own work. Like, the face is okay. I like the face. You know, it's ethnic. Looks kind of like Grace Park, although she wasn't really in my head. But now that I'm looking at it, the hair, but this part, I think, where the braid comes down or whatever, I think the torso was slightly too thin, or shifted a little bit too much over. Probably would have slid it over maybe like a few millimeters. Excellent signature. Excellent signature. This one, a top-notch signature.
Great hands too. That's not easy.
The hands are okay, yeah, because it's bent and she's holding her hips. This part I liked, of the shoulder right here. This portion, this exact detail, I like. But actually, the shade and shadow, the light on the arm,
The shoulder.
yeah, the shoulder is a little too. It's not round. It's too flat, right? It's not.
Oh, like it's like a uniform tape.
Yeah,
shape.
yeah, it's too uniform. Like this should be, depending on where the light source is, and the light source is almost like coming here at her, right? That this would create, and then actually right here on this small portion. Let me see if I get a.
So you're mimicking flash photography on something you drew.
Right, exactly. I'm mimicking kind of flash photography on something I drew. Like this portion right here should be lit up because the light source is coming from right here down. So I mean that's what really mimic a lot of comic book coloring these days is mimicking flash photography, whereas before it used to be top down, right? Now a lot of it is because you have the highlight coming right at them.
It's more volumetric, I think, when you do the flash photography.
Yeah.
Light source.
It's just more dramatic, I think. Sometimes I don't know. Dramatic's not the right word. It's more
It's definitely
appealing.
harder to do.
Yeah.
I mean, usually it's easy to just shade one side that's away from the light and then make the other side lighter that's close to the light. But then when you do it, the core lighting, that light, like what shape does it make? It kind of meanders down the middle.
Right.
You know, it changes thickness and direction. And sometimes it makes no sense. Like you can't really figure it out. But if you can, then your drawing really, really sings if you can figure it out.
Yeah. So this one, I think I did the coloring rather quickly. I didn't really focus. I didn't really think too much of it. Like how this is really lit up. Like her forehead probably should have a little bit more light on it. I really like the lips. I like the lips. Yeah, I like the bags underneath the eyes.
There's a term for that in Korean. There is actually cosmetic surgery, but you can have those bags under the eyes put in there. I think it's called like agiasal, and it for an older person, you put that in, it makes you look younger, like a child.
Oh, well, I do find that attractive in a lot of women, that if they have like a slight bag underneath the eye.
Yeah, it makes them look like a little girl. So,
Well, I don't know if that's what I'm attracted to. What are you trying to say, Sean?
I mean, that's where it comes from. I mean, that's the appeal of it.
Is it? I think a lot of it's like some like Asian models, like the female
Why would
models.
you
that
ever
have that.
think that eye bags is something? Like I know it's like there was a time when eye bags were kind of in, like Gwyneth Paltrow has eye bags or whatever, and like it's strange that people will find that attractive, but it's a look, you know.
It's a different kind of eye bag, though. Like I have eye bags, but that's just from
Lack of sleep.
lack
age.
of sleep and age, right? Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I don't really think about it as like youth. I just think about it as like the Asian face is rather flat, and then so when you have like protrusion of the eyes at some point, I don't know. It creates a different shadow, it creates a different volumetric aspect. Double eyelids, Mr. Joshua said. I mean, you have what is that called?
Natural.
I had to actually
Yeah,
when I was young. When I was young, my eyelashes grew inwards.
Yeah, I remember you told me this a long time ago, and I started laughing.
So
Your
they,
eyelashes grew into your eyes.
yeah, and so my eyes would like become irritated, and I would like itch, and I would scratch my eyes. So they actually, and it's very common in Asia. So I went back to Taiwan, and there's an eye surgeon, like they have, that actually, so they slice the skin, and then they stitched it back so that then instead of the eyelash going in, it would come out. So I actually had that surgery done on my eyes. So I guess, is that plastic surgery? I don't know. It's not really.
On the level of cosmetic surgery.
Yeah, but it was because it was a defect that the eyelashes were growing inwards, and it was just
that is so freaky,
creating like irritation. And it's not all of them. Like the inside, it really irritated me on the inside of the eye and on the outside of the eye. Like they grew, because they're supposed to like come out like this, right? But then they were going in like this. So then once they sliced the skin, peeled it back and sewed it back up, then it went, and no more problems.
Okay, good.
But I had my eyes were like bandaged for like a few days. I couldn't see anything. You know, scary.
How old were you at the time?
10.
Wow, just a kid to have to go through that.
It's 10. Yeah, like when you wake up, you can't open your eyes because they're sewn shut, and there's like all this, you know, and it's covered in gauze. I had a picture of me in my hospital gown in the hallway. You couldn't see anything.
So you recently had a similar operation where you grew a beard, and then the beard hairs were growing into your mouth.
Well, sometimes it does. You know, sometimes I'll be eating something, and then I'll be like, oh, I'm eating like a hair. That because it does grow like it grows like this, so I have to trim. You know, that doesn't require surgery, just scissors. Yeah. Okay, spin wheel. For the new people on stream, we're going to give the sketch away. Usually it's a sketch that I do on stream, but today, special day where we went over an art exercise. And so in lieu of that, I'm going to give away this Cora sketch that I did. And it'll be free. Last time we gave away, on Tuesday, we gave away Sean's Spider-Man sketch. Where is this Spider-Man sketch that Sean drew?
You didn't hear me pointing out every single problem in it, right? So.
No. Well, I'm just trying to be honest with everyone here. I feel like
yeah, it's great information if people here are into process, or if they're artists themselves, to hear artists talk about their own work. And then you give it away. So.
Yeah, I mean, I also feel like every time I do a drawing, like I don't want to like rest on that drawing. I want to do a better drawing next time. And I'm an old man, and I feel like that's.
I was making a list today just on this topic. When people see you restart a drawing, sometimes like 15 times in one stream, I kind of made a list of why you might be rejecting it. So if you're next time you're drawing, when you're doing that part, you got to concentrate. I'll read off a list of 10 reasons why you might be rejecting that sketch and going with another angle.
Yeah, actually, sometimes I think it's like just too generic.
Yeah, that's like reason number one.
Yeah, there's like nothing wrong with the drawing. I just think that the pose is too generic. So I'm like,
it's only when you get to this level where you're trying to be fantastic that you actually give a shit about that. When people get old, their artwork starts to suffer, and I think they just stop caring about things like that.
Yeah, like I don't want to draw the same thing over and over again. So I think also this pose, this is a rather standard pose. That's maybe why I also might not like it as much. Is that I mean, she's just sitting there. She's just like standing there with her arms on the hips. And actually, like I look back at that crush drawing that I had so much problems with the other day, and it actually doesn't look that bad now. But then I read the commission request, and it was like, please don't draw her angry. I was like, oh shit. So I got to redo it anyways. So if you're new to the stream, we're going to give away the sketch. If you live in the U.S., we cover shipping. I cover shipping. If you live overseas, we're going to ask maybe to chip in a little bit. This is an actual larger drawing. This is a 9x12. You can also get this top loader, so it'll be protected when it's shipped out. all you have to do is type something in the chat right now, and I'll give you a slice. If you're a subscriber versus a follower, if you're a follower, if you show up consecutively to the stream, your slice grows. So you notice there's some slices that are bigger than others. If you're only a follower or lurker, if you miss a stream, your slice goes back down to 1. If you're a subscriber, your slice stays at the same size if you miss. So if you're like, you've been here 10 times and you missed the 11th, your slice still stays at 10. And if you subscribe, you get an additional slice, so your slice gets bigger. So that's the benefit. I also thought about last time, I think, who was it that's nearing 20? D. Rogers is nearing 20. So the maximum size of the slice is 20. So I feel like reaching 20 and not winning is also a feat in itself. That's like tremendous, right? So I think what's going to happen is, how about this? I'm going to propose this new rule. If you reach 20, you get 21. When you get to 21, you keep that 20, and you get an extra small. You start over with a second slice. So now you have 2 slices in the wheel, right? One will be 20 and one will be 1. And then that 20 stays 20, and then that 1 continues to grow until you win. But because it's such a feat to reach 20 and not win, that you will keep, if you do win, that 20 goes back down to 1, but now you have 2 slices. Right?
Okay.
So so that way you'll like almost have double chance to win moving forward. Right? So I think it's another kind of incentive almost. Right? Does that sound fair? Does that sound interesting? I don't know. I still have to think about it. But
Sounds
I thought,
pretty good. Sounds like a super advantage though.
Right? So I thought, like, okay, you can game it where, all right, you say you don't want to win, and then, your luck gets better, right? I don't know. I still have to brew on it. I got like two or three more streams. D. Rogers at 17 today. He's going to go up to 18, so I got another 2 more streams to figure it out. Unless he wins, and then we don't have to deal with this. So, thank you, Too Woke, for the clip. But rules of 20, right? So if you reach 20, you don't win. Because the other one was the white elephant. I said white Christmas, but it's the white elephant, where if you get 20, then you can steal somebody's drawing. But then
Steal.
Then you gotta, someone else win. Then what happens to that person that gets his drawing stolen? So I don't know. I think that gets too complicated. So the second slice after hitting 20 is permanent. Yeah. Well,
or if the second slice gets to 20, they automatically get the drawing.
Well, if you get two double 20s, then you automatically win the next drawing. But that's 40 streams. I don't know. That might be too difficult.
Chance to be in the sauna, airfare included.
Well, it's got to be difficult, right?
You get to have dinner with Sean at Sean's house with Sean's family. But you'd have to bring your own food, so you can sit at the dining table, when they're eating their own food, but you have to bring your own. How about that?
And you got to be also partitioned off in plexiglass. Too.
Right, yeah. That's true.
You have to bring your own plexiglass.
You have to bring your own plexiglass. You have to get tested. So I think, maybe it's like you get the second slice, you keep the second slice for X amount of time until you win again. I think so, right?
Or would it be whichever slice is the winning slice gets knocked back to 1?
So that if you had a 20 slice, your 20 would still stay 20? So then you have a better chance of winning again?
That's true. Okay.
That might work. So that you go through this whole period, basically you go through this period of unluckiness, and then you hit a point where then you become super lucky. Right? And then you have even better chances of winning moving forward. So the 20 stays 20, and then you add a second slice that starts accumulating, and then whichever one of the slices wins. Let's say you're 20 slice, and then you have another one that's 5. Let's say if the 5 wins, the 5 goes down to 1. You keep the 20, so now you have still a better chance of winning. If the 20 wins, the 20 goes back down to 1. You still keep the other one that's 5. Does that make any sense? Am I? Are we ready to just spin the wheel now and say fuck it?
Yeah, I think.
Okay. All right. So let's see. Let me add the slice. Va'air gets a slice today. What about the new people that are following? That just followed.
And while you're doing that, I was also thinking about maybe if you ask whether you want to remove the birds, just because it hasn't happened yet, but if it lands on them and then you kind of lose the drawing, and I think we're okay with it because it hasn't happened yet. But you should really think about whether that's something you want to do.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with losing the drawing. I'm okay with losing this drawing. What if the birds win this one?
Yeah, but what if they, if you really fight hard to get a drawing to look great and it looks great, and then it just ends up putting it in the bird cage, that'll be. I think you'll feel really bad, and I feel like it'd be my fault because I kind of suggested it.
Well, you're an evil person sometimes, Sean, but
Okay.
but it's part of the fun, right? And if it's a gamble, we gotta go with the gamble. You gotta.
So that's right. You're a gambling man.
Yeah,
so.
you gotta lose. I mean, you can't win anything if there isn't anything to lose.
Right. But have you seen Uncut Gems? What happens with gambling?
Yeah, but that's.
Well, maybe you can still give away the sketch afterwards. After it's been in the bird cage.
Well, I could still give it away. Yeah, I mean, you can clean it up. Right? Hey, Domo, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, so I think you can still win it afterwards if you want. I'll put it up for auction. Well, I put it up for a spin. If we do another stream that I wasn't able to do a sketch to give away. Right? Ooh.
Yeah, it was just.
Racer GRX just subscribed with Prime. Thank you. Okay, I gotta make sure to give you an extra slice. Let me do that right now before I forget. Racer GRX. Racer GRX. Well, just remind me when I come down. Let me figure out this. Anybody else wants a slice that's new? New followers today, like ADocs13, GDog426, YSteph128. Are these people like I'm kind of suspicious about some of these names. Inquisitive, do you want a slice? Just type something in the chat box. Also, I gotta figure out if I'm gonna introduce Nightbox, then I can do subscriber only giveaways versus every giveaways for everyone. So okay.
I remember when there was 7 people on this wheel.
Yeah, the odds are still there. It's basically if you still hang around towards the end, the odds are still pretty good.
It's really crap odds now. It used to be like 1 in 7.
Yeah, I mean now it's like 1 out of 30.
At the beginning of the pandemic, it was 1 out of 7.
How many people are on right now? 30, 35, 36, 40. Okay. Nobody else wants a slice? Going once? Don't like when I'm adding the size of the slice. It's gonna be too late. Valera, I got you one. I got you. Anybody else? Going twice? All right. I'm closing the slices. I'm just gonna go through the size. Yojimbo 15 to 16. Mr. Joshua stays at 1. Sean Chen stays at 1. Beavis Butthead. Crispy Papa stays at 1. Did you mail out the thing for me to send to Crispy, Sean?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
This morning.
All right. Way 15 to 16. Crispy Egg Roll 15 to 16. LeBron James 7 to 8. Barry 2. I don't see Barry. Almighty Ace. Oh, did you want one? Ace? Ace fell asleep earlier. Alright, I'm out of Ace. Ace gets a cadmium yellow slice. Golf Boy Sunday 13-14. CJing stays at 1. Oh, let me look at the database. Some other people qualify for. We have a new database. What day is today? October 20th? 21st?
22nd, I think.
22nd. Okay, so B-Dub.
23rd now.
B-Dub, you will, next stream B-Dub, you will start going up. Next stream B-Dub starts going up. What is the 22nd? Oh, 22nd, thanks, 23rd. CJing's at 1, Long Wu's at 1, A to the J's at 1. Let me see A to the J. A to the J, when did you last win? A to the J, you start going up. 1 to 2. Congrats. Matthew Crossart. Is Matthew Crossart here today? 5 to 6. Yes, he was. Poop Kid, 3 to 4. I missed Poop Kid last time. B-Dub, 4 to 5. Wildstorm, SCCG. No Death Blow today, 14 to 15. Shoe Thief, 12 to 13. Haza stays at 1. James Quo, 14 to 15. Kevin P stays at 1. 2 Woke, 4 to 5. Domo, 9 to 10. Welcome back, Domo. Patrick P. West. Oh, just Patrick West. Did we see Patrick West earlier? I know Kevin P. West is here, but is Patrick here? D. Rogers, 17 to 18. Oof, getting there. Get there, D. Rogers. Jerry was on here. I had him. Suli was not here.
Oh, Patrick is here.
Oh, he is. There you go, Patrick. That's just Kevin signing on from another. I know you're trying to game it, man. I know. 11 to 12, Patrick West. Cool Hand Luke, 1. Isaac's at 1. Let's Do This is at 1. Pandemos, 4 to 5. Frogman stays at 1. J13 Kim just won the last Jaguar sketch. Congratulations, stays at 1. Roy Batty, 10 to 11. J Dang, 12 to 13. Bane Wrecker. I don't remember seeing Bane Wrecker here today. Jim, 6 to 7, Jim. Alkali Lake is not here. DYI Pickle. I thought I saw DYI Pickle 4 to 5. Serpentine 666 stays at 6. Jamie Odell 7 to 8. El Capone 7 to 8. Lurky Lurk 2 to 3. Racer GRX 7 to 8 to 9 for the sub today. Thank you for the sub. If you guys have Amazon Prime, you can sub for free. Every Amazon Prime member gets the sub for free 1 time each month to a Twitch. So you can sub, or you can sub to Domo. Domo, that's on here. Anybody? Sean, you don't have Amazon Prime, right?
No, Julia does, so.
Oh, tell Julia to sign on and sub.
Okay.
Perry's not here. Carson McKinney, 5 to 6. Mr. SBA. Yoshi's not here. R. Ingrid, 1 to 2. Gozador. Gozador is not here. Beef Skeleton, 2 to 3. Congratulations. Va'air is at 1. Ace is at 1. Let me save this. Alright. Now comes the second most fun part of the stream. Where is my stream manager? Let's create a poll. Practice spin. We will do this yes or no. 2 minutes. You can use your channel points to upvote yes or no. If you see right now, it's on Shoe Thief. Shoe Thief and Wildstorm. Very rarely does the wheel land right back on where it started. Right, here it goes. Poll just started. You can vote yes or no. 2 minutes. Sean, you can vote too. So far, 100% no. This is like a racetrack. Any other thoughts that you have, Sean, about where we're going to take this stream?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, we should probably at some point do a poll to see what the people like.
Oh, yeah.
Just informal, like whether they agree with me that this is the worst part of the stream.
Well, today was like more like a tutorial stream.
Yeah, and see if
Right.
people. I don't know if people here are aspiring artists or whether what they're here for, but I would hate to be doing like the wrong thing to bore people.
Did you guys enjoy this tutorial stream today? Would you guys like to see a JIM CHEUNG avatar? Would you like to see
more chicks on stream?
So far, yes. People enjoyed it. Shoe Thief isn't here. Oh, okay. All right. Well, you still got to be here to win. P. Virgil, more drawing exercise. P. Virgil, did you hit that follow button? We're coming down to the last 10 seconds of the stream. Of this poll. Make sure you hit that follow button. I think it's down here somewhere. All right. How come you didn't want a slice? You didn't type something in the chat earlier. Could have given you a slice. You don't like Korra, Airbender? All right. I think the no's have taken it. Nobody is spending their channel points, by the way, Sean. You noticed that, right? They're all saving up for the indecent proposal. Oh, well, B-Dub used 15 bits. Thank you, B-Dub. Matthew Crossart used 114 channel points. Thank you. I gotta change the name of the channel points, too. What do you think we should call the channel points? People call it tokens or poops. Well, what should we call it? Okay, no practice spin. Next time, P. Virgil. Okay. All right, so this is it. Good luck to the winners. I want to thank everybody for joining us. I want to thank Jim for jumping on. I think Jim might have fallen asleep. Sean?
I'm still here.
Oh, you still are? Okay.
He's a trooper.
Jim, you got anything you want to plug?
No. Not right now.
Okay. Rorschach cover. Make sure you order that. JIM CHEUNG Rorschach cover coming up soon. Did I say that right? Jerry was up on here for a little bit. Jerry, thank you for being a trooper. Sean, thanks for showing up. Sean?
For sure.
Thanks for talking shit about Chris Claremont.
Oh, no. No one listens, right?
Look, it's you weren't talking shit. You were like you're very you called him a living legend.
Right, yeah. It's a different writing process that is very enlightening.
You work with different people. I worked with Jan Venson. He has a different writing process. Thank you, Yojimbo, the best mod in the industry, who's going to be soon have a $25 Panda Express gift card. I think it's 25 bucks. It might be 20. I don't know. Unless I use it, then it'll be maybe 15 bucks. That orange chicken, man. That orange chicken is honey sesame chicken. That thing is addictive. That's like crack. I'm just so hungry talking about it now. What happened?
No, I just thought you turned this into like an Uncle Roger type thing.
Uncle Roger, 1273. That's right, Lucky Lurk. Lucky Lurk, are there other Panda Expresses in Canada? Have they reached the Canadian border yet? And do they have orange chicken there? Or do they put mayonnaise on the fucking orange chicken over there?
It's called Le Panda Express.
Le Panda Express.
Yeah.
Parlez-vous français? Je m'appelle Bernard. Un grand billet, s'il vous plaît. Don't they put like the French put a French Canadian put mayo on the French fries?
Isn't it like vinegar, or is that mayo that they do? I think
both.
it's mayo.
Right? It's mayo, yeah. Où est la toilette? Those are the only French phrases.
Poutine.
Poutine, right. Le Big Mac. El Royale. Royale with orange chicken. There you go, Valia. You got it. Steve, do we thank Steve? Should we thank Steve? I mean, I thank Steve. I thank my security guards. I think the security of my building for not letting Steve in to redeem his sauna coupon. Okay, let's spin.
Okay.
Did we say thank you to everybody? Thank you to everybody. Thanks for your support. Spin wheel, good luck. If you throw up during this, take a picture and you automatically win. Oh. Oh, Yoji. Someone towards the end. I think it's a new person. Oh. It's either Lurky Lurk or Racer GRX.
Oh, I think it's Racer GRX.
Right? Is it Racer GRX? Racer GRX. Let me zoom that shit up. Racer GRX. Yeah, because Lurky Lurk. Oops. Spin wheel. There's got to be a better option on this OBS. Racer GRX. Congratulations, Racer GRX.
Very cool. It's great.
Yeah. Racer
Hope you don't live in Kuala Lumpur or anything.
Yeah, where do you live, Racer GRX? I hope it's not Senegal. That guy from Senegal hasn't been back. And Racer GRX just subscribed today. That really boosted his look at it. That's if there's ever a case for subscribing, all the money so far has gone to shipping. I've already actually blown through the entire budget, and I haven't even sent out the stuff to Crispy. So
his kids have a birthday, so you gotta get it there before then.
Well, birthday, Christmas, New Year's. I think he's got enough gifts to last him for a year.
If he ever gets it.
Yeah. Racer GRX, the Racer GRX say where he's at? Washington State. Okay. Whew, dodged the bullet.
Glad I didn't send. I don't have to send him anything.
I mean, if Racer GRX was in LA, I would like drop it off. I wouldn't drop. I would have our intern drop it off. Sorry, what am I saying? But Washington State, great. DM me on Instagram. Are you on Instagram, Racer GRX? You gotta hit the follow, and then you gotta DM me with your full name and address. So, I guess that's it. All right, good night, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for showing up. Really appreciate it.
We'll see you. I don't know about this weekend. Maybe we'll see. If not, definitely Tuesday again. I don't know what's next week's drawing. Do you know, Sean? We can give it away.
Was it the Halloween one? So is it?
Ghost Rider? Ghost Rider. It might be Ghost Rider. You guys got to follow Epic Props. Jerry, he'll release the drawing for next week, but I think it's Ghost Rider because it's Halloween.
Yeah, great participation by so many people in the chat too.
Yeah, thank you so much for chatting. All right, let's get out of here. I think I'm gonna hit the sauna. Sauna time.
Good night, everybody.
Wait, it's not good night. It's happy holidays.
Oh, happy holidays. Happy holidays,
Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays. Happy holidays. Happy holidays. Happy holidays to you.